Alright, maybe I'm back now. I don't know. My stream will probably be, unfortunately, less quality, but I don't know. I was dropping like 15% of my frames, so I couldn't. I'd have to go with this, I think. I'll tell you, man, having potato internet is a big struggle when you're trying to do streams. This is a really underrated game, by the way. If any of you haven't played Beyond Good and Evil, you should give it a try. Really good soundtrack too, actually. Alright, maybe we should get started because it's only midnight for the East Coasters. So I had two sets I wanted to talk about. They both won't be today, but two of these sets interested me. This Truth versus DevilMayCare set, and the other one is what do we got here? This Thompson versus Raven is Raw set. I think they're both pretty good, at least what I watched. So I'll probably end up doing both of those at some point this week or within the near future. And I noticed now that there's a Paul B versus Latalis set posted with a lot of character variety. So at some point in the future I may also do this, but I'll check to see if the set is good first. But yeah, this is maybe in the distant future, but in the next little bit I'll probably do the Truth and DevilMayCare set and the Raven versus Thompson set. Today I didn't know which one I wanted to do, so I kind of just picked one. They were both good sets, and both of them deserve probably a thorough look, but I'll probably do this one today just because I haven't done a RAM set. I don't think don't recall ever having talked about RAM at all, whereas I have talked about a Spinal versus Jago set in the past when Base was playing still. So I'll probably do that one later. Maybe we'll start with this one today. RAM is a really interesting character, I think. I think he's actually underrated. People think he's not as good as he actually is, I think, because he has some bad matchups, right? But I think even his bad matchups aren't nearly as bad as people think they are. It's kind of this weird grappler syndrome where it always feels worse than it might actually be. Plus, I think RAM got some nice quality of life changes last patch where he now can do the FADC for only half a bar, which I think makes him actually kind of terrifying up close, because he gets to confirm lows for free, like for very negligible cost, basically, right? He can do low forward into light stab and then hit confirm that or block confirm that into a +8 move. So it's kind of like, you know, when that cost 1 meter, it was not really that great, but now that it only costs half a meter, he basically, I mean, you can deal with him because you can still shadow counter and stuff, but I mean, it's an increase to his offensive power, and he was already really scary up close. So it's kind of this weird. It's really strong, I think. The other thing is that people are not really using his set play, and I think it's a real bad error to not use his set play. RAAM's set play is maybe the best in the game, or maybe not quite the best in the game, but it's close. He's like a top 5 set play character. So. And he gets set play off everything that's important. He gets it off of light grab, which is like the most important move he has. Shadow grab, which is equally as important or second important. And he gets it off regular throw as well. And something else, I forget now. Well, he gets it off stomp as well. So we're talking like every time he hits you with something, all his go-to enders leave him with set play advantage. And you basically are expecting to take more damage than the actual grab every time you get grabbed. So I think people have not tried to optimize his set play at all, despite I have given some preliminary efforts towards this. And I know some RAM players like Latalis have tried to incorporate a little bit of it, but I think not as much as they should. Basically, sometimes they do a grab and back away. Like, you should never ever do that. If you can remember, I don't know how many of you guys remembered Geef from Street Fighter 4 Vanilla and Super, where he had knockdown on EX Green Hand, and it was like literally the most terrifying thing in the world, because he would do low short, and he would mix up between low short and SPD, and if he hit you with low short, he would do low short, low short, low short into EX Green Hand, and then you were in the blender. You were like, you could not escape. He would do empty jump, SPD stuff. He would do splash cross-ups and fake cross-ups, and all of it would be option selected into ultra and other grabs. So you could never basically escape. And RAM is that character in this game. Everything he does, he touches you once and he puts you in the blender. And the only way you can escape is combo breaking or just an immaculate series of guesses. So I think people who don't set play RAM are making a big mistake, and we'll see. I don't actually remember how much truth set plays in this set, but every time he grabs someone, he should be thinking about set play. And I think against TJ in particular, which this match is about, TJ does not have particularly amazing options against the set play. He does have a down-up flash kick, but I think it doesn't have the world's greatest hitbox for this purpose of cross-ups, so I think it actually doesn't do particularly great. People are saying, why would you not set play the hell out of someone as a grappler? Yeah, I don't know. Well, not all grapplers have amazing set play, but RAM is one of them. Like, he gets hard knockdowns off of his stuff. So, and he gets spaced out for cross-ups. So he should be doing that. Someone says, because if your set play gets called out, you lose unless you change up. I'm not really sure what that means. If you do any strong strategy and someone figures it out, then you just adapt and you change it. But because the strategy is so strong, the onus is on your opponent, right? To learn how to get out of the set play. I mean, of course your set play can get called out, just like any strong normal can get called out, but you just doesn't mean that it's not a strong option. So, oh, DevilMayCare is in the chat. Hi. Yeah, I'm gonna do your set tonight. It's a little late. I guess now it's midnight on the East Coast, but I hope it's all right. It's not too late for you. If it is too late, you can always check it out on the YouTube a little later. I always upload these to YouTube when I can. Yeah, this is the second DevilMayCare set in a row, so that's good. It helps that he played exciting sets, so you know. And this is another matchup with like RAM. Like I say, I haven't analyzed RAM on this channel yet, and this matchup is interesting, so we can talk about that as well. I'm also happy to analyze other sets. My requirements for analyzing sets are the players good, or it doesn't even have to be really good, but just like, do they kind of know what they're doing, even a little bit? Do they play interesting characters? So if it's like a matchup that I've analyzed a ton, it's maybe a little less likely to get analyzed because, I don't know, you eventually kind of just talk too much about one particular character. And thirdly, is the set exciting? So if it's a 10-0 blowout, then I don't know. I might not analyze it because there's not a whole lot to learn, maybe. Well, there's a lot to learn for one person, the person who lost, but there's not necessarily a lot to learn for the person who won 10-0. So yeah, if the set's close, like even, you know, like 10-6, 10-7, doesn't have to be like 10-9 final game, but if it's like, you know, not a total blowout, if the players are decent and the characters are interesting, it's a good chance I could analyze it. So that's cool. Someone, JSank, is giving me props for my guide, so thanks a lot. I'm glad it helped you learn the game, even just a little bit. That was my intention, so I'm glad it did its job. Devil says, I know I made a lot of mistakes in this set, and I know you can help me out. Well, let's see. I'm also going to be talking about Truth's play, because I think Truth on the other end, I've seen Truth play before in sets before this one, and you know, in random tournaments across the game's life. I feel like his style of play is very antithetical to my own, and sort of the way I think about Killer Instinct is not the way Truth thinks about it. So that's not necessarily bad, and it doesn't mean that he's a terrible player or anything, because he has had tournament success and he's definitely a strong player. I think, however, he does leave a lot of damage on the table. He really prefers, out of all the players that play this game, I think he's the player who prefers one-chance combos the most out of anybody I've seen. Almost to a fault, right? Like, he'll play low-damage characters and hope to win the neutral often enough to win, which is, you know, like if your neutral is like world-class, then okay, you can do that. But even if your neutral is world-class, like even if you're super good, you should be trying to optimize your other areas of your game then too, right? So like, let's get your combo damage and your breaker game and your counter breaker game and your whatever, your mix-ups on par with your neutral, which is already supposedly great, and then you'll be unstoppable, right? Like, so let's not focus on exactly why you're so good and just drill that home and sort of steer the match towards that areas. Let's increase the areas where you're not as good, and then who's going to be able to beat you, right? Devil says, Truth is one of my good friends, and his mindset is so unique. So yeah, I agree. I think his mindset is definitely unique among KI players. And uniqueness is great. Like, uniqueness is what throws people off, you know, when they play against you. They might know the matchup against your character, but they might not know the matchup against you. So if you have a unique mindset, it can do wonders. But at the same time, there's something to be said for uniqueness and I don't want to say incorrectness, but a way of playing that's kind of provably suboptimal, if that makes sense. So you can keep your uniqueness and fix some areas of your game, and maybe it'll improve as well. Excuse me. Someone says, do one-chance combos work better with RAM since he deals huge damage but has easy to break linkers? I think RAM is decently easy to break. So one chance does kind of make sense with him in that sense, because let's say you're trying to focus on set play, you maybe want to do resets into command grab, or you may want to do wall splat into heavy command grab for you know, maximum unbreakable damage, which is cool. I agree that RAM might be a little bit more one chance focused than other characters, but that doesn't mean always, I think, because especially if you do one chance and your opponent picks up on it, then your style of play becomes less effective, right? You have to be able to mix it up between long and short combos, even if your character is easy to break. Anyway, it's been a while since I started the stream. Let's actually start talking about this match. I'm going to maximize this by doing that. And as usual, I have KI open in the background somewhere here. Where's my KI? Here it is. Just in case we need to go into training mode and look at the match. So yeah, this is RAM versus TJ. I actually have never really seen this match played before watching a bit of this set earlier. I don't know who it favors, but it kind of feels evenish from what I've seen here. I think both characters have a bit of juice that they can use in this match, and I think TJ, or both characters kind of get abused on their own wake-ups, so it's kind of a momentum-heavy match. Most matches with TJ are momentum-heavy, right? And I was talking to Devil earlier, and he mentioned that he said he took some advice from our last analysis stream, where I talked about his TJ versus, oh boy, who was he playing now? I don't even remember. Anyway, he was playing somebody, and I gave some analysis on his TJ play, and he says he's already tried to incorporate some of that into his game, and he feels he's improved a bit, so that's cool too. We'll see how he uses instinct in this set, because that was one of the things I had discussed for TJ players last time. The effective use of instinct versus trying to save it for last breath, which I think is actually quite suboptimal most of the time, or maybe even all the time. So yeah, both DevilMayCare and Latalis, who are RAM and TJ players, say that it's an even match. So that makes sense to me. I would agree from what I've seen. Anyway, yeah, let's go. Let's skip ahead here. By the way, if I start dropping frames or like you hear noises in the background or something like that, just let me know and I'll adjust my mic and all this good stuff. And as usual, if Truth ends up watching this later, I know Devil has already had an analysis done of him. This is not me saying, you know, if I criticize a mistake a player makes, this is not me trying to make any judgment on their overall skill or, you know, say they're bad players or whatever. This is just talking about cool interactions in fighting games and what can we as a community learn from cool sets like this, right? So nothing to be taken personally here. Let's all just try and sit and learn about this matchup and these characters. All right, here we go. Let's mouse out of the way. Okay, so right away, right, oh, that was really good anti-air. But right away, Devil is pushing RAM right to the corner with, he gets him to block this jump in, and then he does these far and close target combos into backstep and roll. You're either 0 on block here. So if TJ does far stand heavy punch, either raw or from the target combo with medium punch, so he could do medium heavy or just heavy by itself, and then he cancels into roll or backstep, he is either 0 on block if he uses the far version, or he's +4 if he uses the close version. So you kind of have to hold this pressure, and it's actually quite strong because it's very easy to start. If you block a jump in or TJ does roll into it, or, you know, because you're scared of power line or you're scared of the command grab or something like that, it's actually quite easy for him to get in range to do this. And TJ can generate plus or even frames very easily and make himself difficult to shadow counter at the same time. So it's, I don't know, it's quite strong. And you can see already RAAM is in the corner, and this is a really smart backup from TJ here, from Devil. He knows, see the backdash? He's like, this guy wants out of the corner. It's 2 seconds into the match, he's been pushed to the corner, and already he senses the frustration on Truth. He wants out. So back up and prepare for reactionary anti-air is the right strategy. And if you think, for example, this jump in normal from frickin' General RAAM is that this is a beefy, this splash is beefy. So TJ's anti-air catches it clean, and that's hard to do. Like, what I'm trying to say is TJ's anti-air is not lacking in this game. It's not great. It doesn't handle some cross-ups, kind of, it's, you know, it's a little funky there. You know, amazing jump normals, sometimes it'll whiff on them. But I think in general, this is a decently strong anti-air. And what's even better for TJ is it starts a combo. Most people's anti-airs just knock them down, right? Or they you know, they do about 10% damage if you tack on a special move maybe. And, you know, you knock them down and maybe you get some space or a setup, but usually not even that. You usually just get some space. TJ gets a combo. So to make up for his slightly subpar anti-air but still serviceable, what he gets is a combo. So, you know, your skill as a TJ player in timing your anti-air allows you to convert into more damage, which I think is really cool, a really neat aspect of TJ anti-airs. But yeah, I wanted to say, if you guys are thinking about how do you anti-air in fighting games, and you always I always see this in Street Fighter V too. Street Fighter V players will often not anti-air because they just aren't ready for it. The way I like to think about anti-airs in games is I focus on anti-air and only anti-air for very brief periods of time. And by brief, I mean like maybe a second, maybe even less than a second. But I will pick, like for example, again, let's see this again. He pushes him to the corner, and then he backs up here with the specific intention of anti-airing if he jumps. So when I do this backdash, I think to myself, okay, for 1 second, I'm focusing exactly on anti-air and nothing else. RAAM could do heavy slash and I would just block it. Or RAAM could stand there and I would give up all my pressure. But because he jumps, I am ready for exactly that animation, right? If a second passes and he hasn't jumped, you give up on it, okay? So even if RAAM jumps after that second, you have to give up on it and you're not ready for it. But this sort of intermittent, I'm ready for it, now I'm not, I'm watching for it, now I'm not. If you're able to do this rapidly, you actually cover a lot of anti-airs. You will be able to anti-air things you never used to be able to anti-air, but not all the time, but just enough to convince your opponent to stop jumping, if that makes sense. So it's a very nice little like trick to manage your mental stack. I call that the mental stack, right? Where you constantly have like 10 different things to worry about. If you're worrying about 10 different things all at the same time, you will actually accomplish none of them, right? Because you just can't get it in your head. But if you focus on exactly one thing to the exclusion of all others, you will do that one thing very well, but not necessarily any of the other things, which is already an improvement over your previous state where you couldn't do anything because you're just so mentally taxed. So I was kind of rambling there a bit, so hopefully that makes sense. In order to improve anti-airs and improve whiff punishing, this is what Justin does, Justin Wong, for example, when he whiff punishes in Street Fighter V. He'll press like Karen stand medium kick, then he'll back up, right? And he's watching for exactly one thing for a very brief period, a second. He's watching for your character to flinch with like jab or a low button. He's watching for that specific animation on your character, and he focuses on it for about 1 second. And if you ever press that button, he sweeps it, right? And he is so attuned to that reaction that he can do it and make it look amazing. He's like, wow, this guy, how am I gonna ever beat this guy? He can't press a button. But if you keep watching the rest of the match, Justin lets a lot of whiff punishes go. Like you can walk up to him and press stand fierce, whiff it in his face, and he might not whiff punish you, because he's toggling these reactions in his head, and he's not always focused on the whiff punish. But when he is focused on the whiff punish, it's through the training that you will whiff. He knows exactly when to focus on it and when not to. So I think, to sum it all up, this reactionary anti-air from Devil is made a lot easier because he was watching exactly for this particular thing, okay? Heavy recapture not broken. Throw, no. So already that sets a nice precedent here, I think. That Devil does not go for the throw mix-up. The very first mix-up he's given, he takes like the Yomi level 2 mix-up, right? He's like, he doesn't take the obvious damage or the obvious attempt at damage. He's already trying to apply mix-ups to Truth. And if I was Truth in this situation, I would be probably a little wary that Devil is already thinking about second level mind games on you in just the first game. Wow, that was good. Okay, immediate first level, and he backs away. I'm not too sure what happened here. Lots of time to confirm this lockout and throw. Okay, command grab, heavy manual broken. I think this manual is kind of sort of reactable because of the windup. It's kind of the slower end of the manuals. We're talking like, you know, on the 18 to 20 frame ratio, which is pretty reactable if you're watching for that exact normal. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was a reaction break from Truth. Wow, a little bit it wasn't a punish, but I think that was a little bit of an extension. All right, this is set play time. What's he got? Okay, I don't like that from Truth here. So he gets a chance at set play here. He doesn't take it. Instead, he does a pretty average mix-up from outside of grab range. There's really no mix-up here, actually. And he does... There's two things he does here. First of all, he does the light stab because he wants a combo, right? Because he wants a combo, he does the light stab. If he uses any other version of stab, you can only combo on counter hit. So not only does he not focus cancel this for half of a bar, he already has 1.5 bars built up down here, right? So he should be spending this bar on that stuff. But he puts himself -9 in your face without a mix-up. So I think this is if you're going to do the low forward there, you have to be ready to FADC it. And then you just let it rock and then put them in block stun for +8. And then you're like in big time Hurtville if you're TJ. But I'm not sure that this is a good overall strategy, is to get the command grab and then not press your set play and put yourself minus. I think you have to do one of... Either you have to take a risk with set play, or you have to make sure you're plus here. You can't do neither of the two. But it's a good punish from Devil. Heavy barrage is broken. Wow, okay. Power line not throw invincible. There we go. And he's got him. Whiff punish. Stand fierce. Okay. Well, I like that he's ready with a real whiff punish here, but he could have pressed fierce for more damage. One chance. And I don't know how well you guys can see this on my... Can you guys tell me if this is like completely and totally unwatchable when RAM is in Instinct? It's probably really hard to see what's happening on my low bit rate. So I apologize for that in advance. Let's watch this again. Again, so he gave up some big damage here. I want to say he gave up like 7 to 8% by not pressing fierce. One chance into wall splat. Now here, RAM players will typically just take heavy command grab because it's unbreakable. But because the KV is so low, Truth is able to continue the combo with a regular manual. He presses stand medium kick right there, which is really super plus on both block and hit. So he can link any manual after stand medium kick. And I think throughout this set, Truth prefers to use stand medium kick a lot in this situation as a frame trap or as like an extension after a jump in, because he wants those plus frames for mix-ups. And I think Devil may or may not pick up on that, I forget, but we should keep an eye on how often he uses stand medium kick in his combos. Okay, that was a pretty crazy break, but I think, wow. Wow, he broke the barrage in the Instinct. That's a heavy, not broken, but okay. Shadow cash out, what's he got? Wow, he extended the combo so long. He didn't need to do that, right? Like, for sure. After this juggled extension, right here, maybe you do one manual, but you don't need to do more than that. Just end it right away with with the knee ender, and you get the kill. Instead, he does a linker and a double. But okay, he chips him out, or close to chip, and he gets the meter, so that's cool. Yeah, Devil says it was a mistake. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Input mistake or quick little mental block. Wow, that was good. One chance. So here's the important part about TJ play. After this command grab, you put them in this juggle state. Now, if you want a grounded combo, you have to do the recapture, right? And the recapture, it has 3 strengths, but the strengths are pretty easily reactable because he has trails coming out of his fist that indicate which strength you break. With a little bit of practice, it's quite doable without ever missing. So it's kind of, what it ends up being is kind of this 50-50 break chance, right? But what a lot of TJ players will do, in particular Devil, is he likes to press one manual and then do shadow cash out. So you're still in the air, but you've lost your white life. And Devil can still, and TJ can still pick up the combo after that. But what he's doing is he's setting his opponent up so that he forces them to guess break this manual or else lose some damage. And then this manual is way harder to break than the recapture, right? So he's forcing them to move their breakpoint from something they like to something they don't like. He spends meter to do it, but it's a really good way to condition your opponent to give up the obvious breakpoint that they want to break. So a lot of people say, like, why would you, or why would I ever do that recapture? They're not necessarily about TJ, but they're talking about like other characters. Like, why would I ever recapture? It's super easy to break. Like, why would I ever do this move? It's super easy to break. Well, as a player in a fighting game, it's your job to condition your opponent to not want to break that. And how can you do that? Well, one way to do it is counter breakers, right? But you don't always have to counter break. What you can do is move your breakpoints around and force them to not be able to just sit there and wait for that one point that they want. So this is what Devil's doing here. He's forcing his opponent to think about it and saying, like, look, I will cash out early, and once you start trying to guess break this manual, knowing that you have no other recourse, I'll start doing recaptures. So this is good conditioning for the future. Now, he dropped the combo there, maybe a bit of lag. And again, the one chance from Truth, I think with Instinct on and RAM, you have to be willing to just try to do a bit more extension there. He could have killed this character for free. And now TJ is going to pop Instinct, yep, and here we go. So I think this might be a fatal mistake that cost him the entire game. The fact that he didn't extend that combo, and the fact that TJ was able to get Instinct. So this is the other thing, right? Sometimes you don't always just do one chance, and you don't always extend your combos until max KV. You have to pick and choose when you do which, right? So how do you pick and choose? Well, one thing is you would maybe think about how your opponent is thinking, right? If your opponent just got counter broken, or he just got guess broken 5 times in a row, you might use that information to infer something about his mental state, right? You might think, wow, this guy is really pissed off right now. He's going to revenge break me. Or like, this guy is super calm right now. He doesn't really have a reason to break, so maybe I'll extend the combo, right? Another way you can think about it is meter and life, right? So here, I think Truth's main goal is to kill this life bar as fast as he can, and I would make sure to not give TJ any chance to reversal instinct or pop instinct, because killing the life bar is so much more valuable than maybe getting broken. So if he breaks, then he gets the pop instinct, sure. But if you do a short combo, then it doesn't matter what he did, he will definitely pop instinct. So you can use this combination of your opponent's state and the life bars and the meter situation to your advantage to sort of figure out when you should do longer and shorter combos. And I think here the assessment from Truth was off, and it might cost him the game. Here's the instinct pop. And he gets swag combos and instinct. Wow, the roll to bait the lockout and then the throw reset. The throw reset, he's in big trouble here. One hit for death, basically. That's plus. That's plus. And the shadow counter, not a bad idea from Truth, but didn't quite work. Because it makes sense that TJ will press jab there or try to press his frame advantage. Devil with the smart mix up there. He could have done command grab or overhead or low. The low would have been shadow countered, but the other two not so much, right? And he immediately goes into cash out and he's dead. Wow. Well, he extended the combo a little bit too far, but it's not going to matter. So you can see how quickly that turned on Truth, right? And I don't think he did a pretty good job defending the mix-ups. He blocked when he should have blocked, and the shadow counter guess was good. Like, it's going to work a lot of the time. It didn't work in this situation, but it doesn't mean the guess was bad, right? But he lost the game before that situation came up. And I think that's the important thing to understand, is that this happens to everybody, not just in this match that we're watching. But if you think to yourself, man, I got put in this stupid bullshit situation where I got cornered, and the guy has 2 meters, and I have a Conra swarm over my head, and I have Aegis behind me, and I'm gonna die, right? That may be true, but you shouldn't fault the fact that you couldn't block the mix-up as the reason why you died. You should fault why you were put in the mix-up, right? Why was Truth put in this mix-up? He was put into it because he didn't properly determine the life bar to instinct ratio, which is actually quite, it's hard to do. It's hard to keep all the stuff in your head. So I'm not saying that you will always be able to do this, but if you think back to if you're a player and you're analyzing this happening to you, you should think back to okay, I got run over by TJ's instinct and I lost 100% of my life bar. Okay, that happens. But it might not have happened to you if you had killed TJ beforehand, right? So look back to the source of the problem, not just what's happening at the time you die. Someone says, hold up, TJ can just wait and cancel out of auto barrage mid-combo. No, so if he does heavy, if he finishes an odd number of hits, so say the 3rd hit or the 5th hit with a heavy barrage, and then he goes back to neutral, so he lets the barrage drop, he can link stand jab out of it, just like you can link any auto double out of stand jab. And he can also do shadow knee as well. So he has 2 ways to extend the combo, but they're kind of quote unquote obvious breakpoints. In instinct, TJ he's faster, so he gets to increase that jab to a medium punch as well as jab still. So that's what he did there. He did 1, 2, 3, finished with a fierce, and then he linked stand medium kick into target combo, and then he was doing neutral stuff off of staggers after that. So you can leave barrage and go back to the regular combo system, but you can't do it with any strength. You have to there's canned ways to do it. You can also do it with medium, but only on the 2nd or 3rd hit, even out of instinct. Interesting, I didn't know that. That makes him even harder to break, huh? I think TJ is one of the hardest characters in the game to break already, so that just adds even more to it. All right, let's see how Truth adapts here. Oh, okay. He took a little bit of a whiff punish there. TJ's buttons have a lot of recovery, so you kind of have to be prepared to whiff punish them. See, here's a similar situation where Devil was not ready to anti-air. So watch what happens here, right? He comes in close. That didn't work out. He backs up. This is the same situation that happened in the first game. But he backs up to a range where a jump is good, but he wasn't ready to anti-air this jump. Now that's fine, because you can't anti-air every jump all the time. Nobody really can do that. And if you think it might happen in a Street Fighter title, you're lying to yourself, because I could show you 100 matches where the most consistent anti-air in the world, like Gamerby or like Bonchan, just lets an anti-air fall because they're panicking, and it happens. So yeah, this is a situation that comes up where RAM jumps. It's a very similar situation to the first time, and this time Devil's mental stack was not ready to deal with anti-air, and that's okay. That's just how fighting games work. Sometimes you won't be ready, but if you follow my advice from the first set there, where I talk about how you should prepare your mind for it, I think you'll find your consistency goes way up, and you will have to actually anti-air fewer jumps because your opponent will be nervous about jumping. So you actually can then start to prioritize other parts of your game, and then your entire game gets better, and so on. All right. TJ doesn't really have an anti-air without meter. No, he actually has light uppercut. Is quite good. It was used in the first match with the exact same spacing here, so it would have worked. And there's that. So after the block jump in, he presses stand medium kick. So that's great because it's a slower button, so it might frame trap you if you try to get out. And it's super plus on block and super plus on hits. So that's a great normal. So you can see RAM after this hits, he gets to link a button of his choice. And this is actually, I don't want to I could talk about small details of every match for like 5 hours. I kind of need to pick and choose what I want to talk about. But I'll talk about one more thing here quick. So the stand medium kick hits, right? And then he press. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. The stand medium kick hits. Then he presses stand medium punch. This is a 2-hit combo, right? So he's already 2 moves into the 3-move rule. So if you're unsure about how that works, in KI, you can start combo breaking in 2 situations. One is after the first special move. So anytime a special move hits you, you can combo break the following hit, right? So that includes all sorts of, it includes juggle special moves, it includes command grabs, DPs, or traditional grounded openers, okay? You can combo break after every opener, so that includes non-special move openers like jump-ins. So every time you get hit by a jump-in, you can immediately combo break after that, even if the next hit of the jump-in is a target combo. So for example, Cinder does like, he air-to-airs you with jump medium kick, and then he cancels the jump medium kick into the recapture. You can break that, even though it's only a 2-hit combo. The third time you can break in KI is if the person does 3 distinct moves on you, right? So, and there are some crazy definition of what distinct means, but for now let's talk, it means that you return to neutral, basically, okay? So RAAM did stand medium kick, then this stand medium punch, so that's 2 moves, and now the next move becomes breakable, even though he hasn't done an opener yet. And you can see, there's the 3rd hit, that gets broken. The interesting thing is, and I think Devil knows this, is that because the only comboable moves are, the only comboable stabs off of any reasonable normal there is medium and light. So it's actually a 50-50 guess, not a 1 in 3 guess. All right, so that's the interaction I wanted to talk about there. Devil knows, I think, is that he had to guess one of only 2 and not 1 of 3 there. Have your recapture broken? Wow, and he wakes up overhead. Another one? No. There's the overhead. There's the anti-let's open a render, yeah. So here's the regular metered overhead. It actually handled the cross up in this situation. So that's, you know, with good timing, you can actually get it to handle more situations than you might think. An opener ender is always breakable. When the ender is a shadow move like this, opener ender is always breakable, even if you aren't getting hit. So shadow moves as cash outs are breakable on whiff. Okay, so this is what happens here. He does opener ender and he breaks. He wasn't even getting hit, but the game puts this opener ender state on you no matter what happens, no matter what happens if there's a shadow move. Backdash is the command throw. That's plus. You can't deal. Yeah, this is +8. +8, people. That's a number. That's an NRS number. We're talking like, you know, Kung Lao target combo numbers. +8. This focus is +8. If you dash cancel it, you're -2. But if you don't dash cancel it, you're +8. And you're still in range for grab here. So this is like mix-up city. You can press your fierce button and you'll counter hit jabs and counter hit jumping away. So this is like a real mix-up. He deals with it though. Jumps out of the command throw. So this is the medium stab. Medium stab is -3, which is not great. Like -3 puts you in a situation where you normally have to block with characters. But RAAM is different. He has a 1-frame command grab. So he's actually basically +1 here if he chooses to use grab, which means he has advantage. So this is a mix-up for sure. Even though he's -3, if RAAM chooses to spend meter, you have to deal with this and give up your opportunity to challenge with your own button, which is what happened. Wow, and he even got to block. Look at that. Look at the recovery on this bad boy. I think the jump in normal was pressed a little late, but that's still pretty strong. Fierce auto doubles go unchallenged. There's the throw. Okay, back to the square one of that mix-up. Backs up. Expecting instinct. Makes sense. Man, I would just get the, I would hold up back, just get out of there. Wow, what an anti-air. I guess he was watching exactly for jump, because that's a really strong anti-air. Anti-air's in the middle of the krill and a medium vortex, and this is, I think, a pretty good guess. I don't think he knew which strength that was in the midst of all that nonsense. Oh no. And one of the important, that was the medium version. I'll save that comment for when he does the light version. He managed to find a way to cash out all that white life just by kind of crossing him up in the middle of all that Curlstorm stuff. Alright, but Pop's instinct, yeah, I would just kill him. Drop the combo right now. Yeah, okay, good enough. TJ still has about half his instinct to work with. Overhead, wow, see there's the shadow counter that worked. This is an amazing block on this overhead. I can't lie, I blocked that. Blocked and ready for shadow counters, so strong play. Yes, continue the combo, good. Way to go, Truth. No one chance. And you were rewarded with like 50%, right? 56. Alright. Uppercuts through and the flip out, no good, that's punishable. Okay, he didn't fall for it. So this is a frame trap that TJs like to do. Or not, it's not just TJ that can do this. Every character can do this sort of thing, where you do an unsafe move, and then you late cancel into a shadow move that's invincible, or low crushes or something, trying to catch a punish, right? I think TJ did this probably a little too early. He might have still been in blocks then, actually. But TJ's not the only character that can do this. I think Wolf is very good at doing it by, like, if he does overhead, he might frame trap you with Shadow Ragged Edge, something like that. Basically, you want to pick a fast move and then cancel the very late ending of your recovery frames. And again, remember, because KI in Killer Instinct, the shadow moves don't swallow up your inputs, right? Shadow moves what will happen is if you are not in block stun and you press a button, it will queue up at the end of your shadow move freeze and it will come out. So it doesn't matter. It's actually a real frame trap all the way through the shadow freeze. So in order to not get hit by it, you have to be very disciplined and not press a button at all, which I think is very difficult to do. And that's why you see so many people get clipped by random shadow moves in KI. It's because their inputs are not getting swallowed up by the freeze, and they're getting queued up and played afterwards. Yeah, he was in block stun here, so this is actually not quite a mix-up at all. There, wow. Okay, so Truth does know some good set play. I've never seen this one before. Cross-up jump medium kick off that setup. Yeah. And here's a situation where he does this into stand medium kick again, and here instead of pressing his big advantage with a button, he command throws. And it's just something you have to deal with. Now TJ gets last breath, but he didn't have instinct beforehand, so this is a legit use of last breath. He kind of he was forced into it basically. Backdash and here, oh, not quite. And that's a guess. Yeah. He lost the 1 and 2 that time. Alright, so Truth evens it up, 1-1. And I already like the adaptation from Truth. I like that he presses stand medium kick into command throw after Devil was more consistently willing to block. And I like that he extended the combo instead of turning one chance all the time. Those were the two keys to him winning that match, I think. Sorry, I missed the beginning there. A little bit of rollback. He actually whiff punished the backstep there. Command grab? Not this time. Now he does tick into command throw, so that's like another layer to the mix-up. So even if you block the follow-up after medium kick, you are actually not out of it yet. He doesn't have to cancel into a negative special move. He can just sit there and press a couple more normals and then command throw you whenever he feels like it. Alright, still in the corner. There it is again. Confirms into combo. Heavy, yes. So here's a good chunk of unbreakable damage. 29% it said there before it disappeared. Instinct pop, yeah. And an instinct, he gets an easier combo out of that. Reset into overhead, I like a lot. Yes, I like these resets. So TJ is hard to break in general, and especially hard to break in instinct because he gets increased mobility and all sorts of other tricks. But I like the fact that he can reset with overhead, he can reset with command grab and lows, and he can make himself plus at will with power line. So there is very little reason to not go reset heavy, I think, in TJ's instinct. You have to force your opponent to panic because he cannot defend this with reliable blocking. He has to make a read and guess he's right. And then when you start focusing too much on excuse me, when you start focusing too much on the reset game, what happens is your opponent starts breaking worse. because his mind is just focused on how can I get out of this reset that's going to come. And then if it doesn't come, he will either just get hit by the whole combo or he'll panic and guess break because he's not ready to think about that sort of thing. So I like this. I like that reset. Gets a lot of damage out of that. Cash out. Okay, that was flashy. He gave himself an easy break point at the end though, so I kind of not too sure about that one. There's all the damage gone. Alright, he'll take that. 29%. 29%, and it wasn't, all the damage had been taken care of by then. Again, Devil extended the combo a bit too far here. He already has white life all the way to the end of his life bar. He should be looking to do minimum. He should be cashing out already here. And he could have taken meter ender as well, but okay. Oh, what with punish? I like the punish on the jump back. Another great anti-air. So I want to talk about that. That is really good because it's a throw bait, right? Truth is dashing in expecting TJ to panic with a throw whiff. And unlike, so there are some games where you can get away without having really good neutral jump anti-airs. I don't think KI is one of them. I think if you are a good anti-airer of people who neutral jump in your face, you will do very well in this game because neutral jumping is so common to bait throws. And if you read that your opponent is not going to throw you, or even if you don't necessarily read that specific situation, but if you think to yourself a dash in, or if you're just ready for that neutral jump animation in your opponent's face, whether it comes from a dash or whether it comes from a block jump in into it, something like that. If you can somehow get that through your head and prepare for that situation, and if you can get it even 50% of the time, so we're not talking like 100% conversion rate, you will get really far ahead in this game, I think, over other characters. And that's why I love this. I love this neutral jump here. I love this anti-air. And all this is free damage. Oh, he backs up. Meaty into throw. All this is free damage. That's not going to work, yeah. And I like the punish. The punish is guaranteed damage without a chance to break and without meter spent. So it's a smart realization from Truth as to what was happening here. He got a chance to stop and think about his opponent's life bar, and he did the right punish. So that's good. But look at that. Devil got 50% on a life bar that shouldn't. That was rewarded to him because of a good anti-air. And people think Killer Instinct is not skillful, right? Like 50% damage because he anti-aired a neutral jump. If he doesn't anti-air properly, he dies, and then it's just a scramble game, right? So, like I was saying, I've said this in other videos, and I'll say it again. KI is cool because it forces so many difficult decisions on you, and it forces them all very rapidly, okay? So that means a couple things. First of all, it means that the game is kind of scrambly, because especially when you're talking about like medium players to low-level players, they're not good enough to maintain this level of consistent observation and this consistent reaction, right? So what it amounts to being is that the game looks really scrambly when it's with them. They're making all these weird random decisions, and some of them work and some of them don't, and it's just kind of like all over the place. All right, and because KI is so fast and so difficult, this persists quite a ways into the medium level, and even like the low end of high level play is still pretty scrambly. A lot of our like tournament players, like for example, people who went to the last chance qualifiers for KI World Cup, right? A lot of them are good players who played scrambly matches because KI is just difficult. But that doesn't mean it's not good, okay? Scrambly is not bad, because what it means is if you are skilled enough to overcome the mental scrambles, if you are skilled enough to see these situations throughout all of the mayhem, you will come out so far ahead of your opponent because he has no chance of ever doing that, right? So maximizing these small little things like neutral jump anti-airs and like hit confirming lockouts into like big damage and all these skills that you're like, well, whatever, I can just get away without doing that all the time. I'll just win some scrambles, right? That's not great, because winning those scrambles is what defines good players. Winning more scrambles than you have any right to win is a skill, and it's a good skill to test for fighting game players, and it's a skill that will win you matches just because you are able to keep track of things your opponents cannot keep track of. Okay? So when people say LKI is YOLO, they do all this like, wind kick from full screen and all this jumping and all this like, I can't hit my opponent and they just YOLO guest break. No, it's like, all you're telling me is that you're not good enough to keep up with all the decision making being thrown at you. Not only do you not make the right decisions often, but you can't keep it in your head. Like you can't keep it together. So when I hear those complaints, I kind of just laugh because it feels to me like they're directly telling me I'm a bad player, instead of like they're trying to insult the game, but it's not working. Like what they're doing is just they're admitting their own faults as a player, and I think that's kind of weird, And here gets stuffed that time. That was pretty deep jumping. All right, there we go. Yes, confirm. That's unbreakable. One chance into thing. A lot of instinct lost there, but he got corner position, so it's not all bad. Yes, throw. And now I would have popped instinct there. So, yeah, I would have. That's a spot where I would have popped instinct for sure. This mix-up is too powerful to not pop instinct. But he got away with it. And I love the counter breaker here from Truth. It didn't work, but it doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Because first of all, Devil is smart to not break. So good props to him for having good defense here. But secondly, I think Devil tried to punish with, you can see he tried to punish properly, but he was out of range. This happens sometimes on counter breakers where the opponent has not been sucked close for a linker yet. If they do like a jump in from far away and then they press like, stand fierce or something. This happens with Hisako a lot actually. Hisako will try and like, she'll try and counter break certain moves, especially the wind up doubles, the charge moves. But because they're so far away from the opponent, the spacing actually kind of makes the punish more difficult. So Devil had the right idea. Both players had the right idea here. Truth did the right counter breaker. Devil correctly didn't break and tried to punish correctly, but it ends up being heavily in Truth's favor. And this is dead. Wow, okay. I'm not sure why I know Ultra, but okay. Yeah. Is he going to die to the stomp? He tried set play, and then he makes a hard read when the set play didn't work. So I think this is a set play attempt. A lot of set play after light grab here is the fake step kick into the fake stomp into some whiff normal into jump. And he tried the fake step kick into something and then nothing and then panicked and then yeah. But he had the good read. I think Devil obviously jumped because he was just terrified of grab. And it was a strong read to catch jump there. Alright, so 2-1 to Truth after that. Alright, let's see how Devil brings it back here. Alright, there we go. Puts the poison on. If I was Truth, I'd back up here. Okay, the poison gets off and reapplied. And there it is again. There's a jump in. This seems like a button that he presses every time after getting a jump in blocked or hit. Heavy linker broken. That's punishable. Oh no. I'm not sure he knew it was happening there. He absorbed the one hit, which means the armor stayed, but wow, what a punish. Fierce, no. Medium, not broken. So this is what happens when TJ, this is why TJ is hard to break, right? It's not because auto barrage, I mean, if you block out all the other hits of auto barrage and you just wait for one specific animation, you can break auto barrage, right? So if you're looking for just the fierce uppercut or just the medium, hit to the stomach, then okay, you can watch for that and break it. But what it means is that TJ gets to do auto doubles for free, right? If he presses fierce auto double and lets both hits of the auto double rock, you just ate a fierce auto double, right? Basically, auto barrage, the way I like to think about it is auto barrage is a counter breaker that doesn't put you negative, right? So let's say you do like fierce, let's say you do fierce auto double and then you let both hits rock and the guy breaks the second hit, right? It's like, okay, he broke my fierce auto double. If you're playing any other character in the game, you would maybe think about counter breaking, right? So you would let the first hit rock, and then you would, the guy would watch the animation and see it and react to the second hit, and you'd counter break him. So that's great. But it's a risky move. You get a lot of damage out of it, but it's risky, right? What TJ can do is he can press Fierce Auto Double and then start Barrage. So it baits the exact same reaction, which is a Fierce Breaker, with no risk. Because you go into a combo, and if he doesn't break, you get to tack on more damage. And you might end with the advantage ender right away and give up, like, you know, give up the rest of your damage and become plus on, get an advantage situation with plus frames. Or you could see if he's good enough to break Barrage and then give up the damage later on, but you're never negative, you're never punishable. It's a counter breaker that's plus, either plus or does more damage. It's like, it's really difficult to deal with, I think. So there's the Fierce Auto Double, and Truth is obviously good enough to break Fierce Auto Doubles, and there haven't been really many counter breakers in this set yet, so the only reason he doesn't break it there is because he's thinking Barrage might come, right? So TJ gets away with a Fierce Auto Double for free, and his level 2 are going to soon be level 3 damage, and look at all that white life. He's like, even if he breaks now, he's in danger of getting hit again and immediately put back in the same spot. And then there's the change, and he doesn't break any of it, and now he takes 50%. And mix up. There it is again. Ends with medium a third time, and just, yeah, it's over. Yeah, chip. If that's truly meaty, then there's nothing RAAM can do there. Actually, that's not true. He can reversal heavy DP, right? But yeah, I guess Truth just took the chip and was ready to move on to the next match, or next round. Oh, I wanted to say, this is a big important thing that just happened here. Power line blocked, no punish. He tried reversal, so power line is -3, as we all know probably. -3 is usually only punishable by a few characters in the game. Those people who have 3-frame DPs, right? There's only 5 of them. It's Jago, Orchid, Fulgore, Shadow Jago, and Arya, and Shadow or Shin Hisako now. So that's 6. So there's very few characters in the game that can really punish this. Actually, Rash can also punish it. He has a Shadow move, that's 3. Okay, so very select few characters. RAAM is another one because he has 1-frame Shadow command grab. So he gets to punish things that no other character can punish, but for sure he can punish -3. So, but he tries the 4-frame grab here, and it's reversal, you can see, but not in time to punish. But it basically means as soon as RAAM has meter, TJ can never use power line, like at all. Just cannot use it. Not only does he get massively punished, but he gets put in the blender. So it's not just a small punish either. So Truth either doesn't know this or just wasn't quite ready for the situation. Let's see if he picks up on it for later in the set. Paul says Wolf has a 3-framer. That's right, he does. The regular Eclipse, the light Eclipse, is 3 frames. Not invincible, but 3 frames. So that's right. I think actually kind of short range horizontally. So it doesn't always punish 3 frames from swim ranges. There's the early cash out again that we were talking about in the first match. Flip out, didn't work this time. Anti-air, yes. And there's a new extension. This target combo is always ending on medium, so it's kind of like, if you know that, you just wait for it to happen and then break the medium on the second hit. But because Devil brings it out so rarely, you actually kind of just are surprised to even see it happen to you, and then you just aren't ready to break in time. So it's a nice little extension just to get that churning in the back of Truth's mind, like, hey, this is coming sometimes. And then what it does is it opens up more combo opportunities for him later. Heavy recapture not broken. Wall spot mixed up his throw. I like the tech. No whip punish, unfortunately. That's shadow counterable, yeah. That used to not be shadow counterable. Remember those days? Back in early season 2, when that could be mixed up on hit or block. Yeah, that was not super great. Okay, I like the reset. There's the set play. Yes, I like it. So definitely Truth is as ready to incorporate set play into his game. He tries to do empty grab, and Devil does wake up tremor, which I think beats nothing except exactly empty jump grab. So either this was a hard read, maybe Devil can confirm in chat if this is super hard read or like input mistake or something, but this is crazy. Some manual combos, yes. There's a good break. 11%, it's not so bad. Wow, okay. There's another anti-air. Devil, you're good. And I like this because Truth in his head is like, I mean, you get the immediate damage or the immediate reward of damage. but you also get the future reward of making your opponent think he can't do anything. So this is double advantage for the people who can keep anti-airing this consistency. This combo might kill too. That's hard. That might have been heavy. Then he guessed the manual and it's over. Wow. We have a DJ in the house. Hear that music? That's cool. I like that. Wow. A very dominant game from Devil. Didn't even get instinct on his first life bar. But he won with very consistent anti-airs. And if that was definitely the most important part of that match. Devil says, no, I do wake up tremors when I know and I think a throw is coming. So that was a good read then. Definitely a difficult read to make in that situation, but it was the correct one. So good job. Remember when light tremor was safe on block? Yeah, it was -2 at the start of season 2. I think I got changed in the Riptor patch, or maybe it was the Omen patch. I have all that stuff on my site. I have a big list of all the patch notes, so we could go check it out. But yeah, it used to be -2. And it was low crush and also throw invincible, so you could just do it over and over again. And the person would have to press stand jab or some high button to stop it. Pretty terrifying. Sorry, here we go. Next match. 2-2 now. Oh, a little lag. Nice try in the whiff punish, yeah. So Devil takes his turn back there, which is the right thing to do against a RAM with no meter. You have to take your turn back every time you block a stab. RAM has no choice there but to do, risk it with DP, which he does here. DP is really slow though, so some characters can probably press jab and retract it in time. And DP doesn't hurt that much, so you're okay to take it. So that was only 4%. That was 4% even with the stomp. But of course he has the poison on him, but you don't actually expect the poison to, yeah, there we go, it's already off. Command grab. Now you don't get amazing set play in the corner, right? You only get that mid-screen. Punish, okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, nice guess break from Devil, and this is when you instant cancel power line, you get to continue the combo as if it was a cancel. So there are a couple of characters that can do this. There are characters that can turn non-open, the game classifies power line as an opener, quote unquote, but it's not special cancelable, or it's not auto double or linker cancelable like normal. But if you instant cancel it, it turns everything that is an opener into a cancelable move. Okay, so TJ can do power line, instant cancel, and then do an auto double or a linker where he otherwise wouldn't be able to do that. Another character that can do this is Tusk. He can press stand fierce, or like low medium kick or low medium punch. The sword normals that are staggers, these are technically classified as openers, and if he instant cancels them, he can go directly into auto doubles or linkers, which is kind of a cool trait. So immediately goes to medium linker, yeah, big combo, and I like the timeout or the lockout management there from Devil. Heavy, oh well, it's over. Yes. And Truth is rewarded for not doing one chance with the life bar. And it was really important for him to kill here because look at TJ's instinct up here. This is draining. TJ's goal is to make sure that if he's going to die on this life bar, that he gets this amount of life applied to his next instinct. But because Truth does not do one chance here and is willing to extend the combo at the risk of being broken, what he does is he takes that away from TJ. Right? So now TJ has no instinct, as opposed to maybe this much. And it doesn't sound like much because TJ is obviously going to get an instinct in this life bar no matter what. But it's an important distinction for one key reason. It limits the amount of chance that TJ can use instinct as a reversal. Okay, so if he had this much instinct, more or less, TJ might get a full instinct bar when he has this much health left, which means he has from here all the way down to the end of his life bar to pop instinct as a reversal. If you make him build instinct from his second life bar starting at 0, he will get it about here, right? About 33 to 30% of his life left. And with RAM, especially with RAAM's instinct, there was a very reasonable chance that this distinction from here to here really matters. So it's entirely possible that Truth can force TJ to activate Last Breath on this instinct because of the combo that he just did there, as opposed to maybe having to deal with the reversal and a full duration, right? And again, this is a small thing. It doesn't sound like, oh, whatever. He activates instinct manually, he gets it on Last Breath, whatever. I'm gonna, either I'll win or I won't, it doesn't matter. But this small optimization is the difference often between winning and losing a match. So, and because, like I say, because KI has so many of these optimization problems and they're all thrown at you in this big giant bucket and you're like, the game says just deal with it, try and figure it out, right? The players who can do that skillfully will quote unquote magically win more because they've managed to handle these optimization problems in a more consistent way than other players. So I really like that combo because it gives him a much better chance to win. And it doesn't seem like it. You like, well, whatever, you killed the life bar, whatever, he's going to build instinct. But no, the combination of the two actually matters a lot. +8, yes, he tried to challenge +8, no good. Oh my goodness. And I don't like... Okay. No, I do like that after all. I thought he wasn't going to be able to get to level 4. But he was. Wow, 75% here. Now, he did build instinct, and you can see it was right around this part, which is where I was saying. It turns out, in this case, that it didn't matter, right? So the big chunk of RAM, the big chunk of life that RAM did was from the start all the way to here. So that's cool. But if it happened to be, offset by about 25%, so it was like, from here down to here instead of from the start to here, then TJ builds instinct during the combo, as opposed to now. So he didn't get a chance to reversal there. I would, pop it here. Wow, that was really, okay. I was going to say that was almost really smart from Truth. The idea here is to make sure that TJ cannot make contact with you. So TJ has two options, right? He has the ability to just pop instinct as a reversal, or he has the ability to DP and then instant cancel the DP. But he can't do that if it whiffs, obviously. You have to make contact on hit or block to instant cancel moves. So Truth baits the DP here with a nice backdash. And then he's like, oh, he's caught in this quandary. What does he do? Does he press a button here? Does he block it and then give him instinct? Because he doesn't want to do that. I probably would have backdashed a second time here. But he thought he could walk out of range. You see him just walking there. So he tried something that he thought would work in the heat of the moment, and it didn't quite work. But he had the right idea. So TJ gets his instinct off, the full duration. But it's gonna... He's dead, right? Wow, good blocks now. He's dead. He tried to survive, but it didn't quite work out for him. Paul says that instinct is unreasonable. I'm not sure which instinct he's talking about, but both these characters have kind of wacky instincts. So yeah, good. I was about to say, yeah, good decision making from Truth won him that game, both on the first combo kill and trying to bait. It didn't quite work out for him there, but he had the right idea in mind, and if he continues to apply this consistently good decision making, he'll win lots of games. Powerline -3. Scramble that works out in RAAM's favor. Again, he's actually negative on a lot more things than you think. He's negative there. So the challenge, I don't know if he caught a jump or a button there, but TJ's challenge was late either way. He's plus here, and then tries to tick throw like he did before, but the devil was just holding up. He doesn't get a punish here, unfortunately, and now he's in the corner where it's like really hard times coming up. Heavy command throw for guaranteed damage. Excuse me. Nice bait. Yeah, and here you just block, or here you just corner TJ and make him feel like just totally helpless. I love that normal, and I love the focus, even though it didn't quite work out. Heavy recapture, not broken. Heavy linker. Flip out. Yes, I like the mix-up. Low then overhead. Another recapture, another ender. Flip out. Good block, but no punish. And that's the... TJ attempted the frame trap there. So remember when I said that you can, especially on Tremor, you can do Tremor into delayed cancel and try and DP your way through a frame trap, basically, or frame trap your opponent into getting hit by your DP. It's not a punish per se, but it's like a you're trying to play smart, and I'm gonna catch you for playing smart, right? So he tries this here. He thinks Truth, probably rightly so, thinks that Truth is panicking after being flipped out and mixed up a whole bunch. So he does that and then try it, but his down up motion got interpreted as crouch jab first, and this is bad. Really good punish from Truth. Yes, and this is, oh wow, he's so dead. See you next life bar, buddy boy. Can you break RAAM's armor moves with heavy normals? No, I think they're exempt, yeah. RAAM has a unique armor mechanic. It's not technically armor. The game calls it Krill's Shield. It absorbs infinitely many projectiles and then one physical hit, no matter what the strength is. So it can absorb one heavy too. So the only way to beat it, it does not absorb shadow moves, no matter what. So if you see Krill's Shield, either like charge FADC or charge the Krill Rush, the bear grab, you just automatically shadow it on reaction. You always win. He can't stop it. Because he has to cancel with backdash or forward dash, right? And you just tag him anyway. Or you can beat it with like jab, like 2 fast jabs, so it interrupts the release. There are ways around it for sure. All right, so TJ, sorry, and my voice is going right now. I'm kind of feeling a little sick. Wow, what a whiff punish! I like it. Plus, baits, and there. Oh, and he counter broke him. But this, I love this from Truth because he did not want a repeat of the previous situation, right? He's like, oh my goodness, this whiffs. I'm not even gonna deal with this stupid mix-up where he might reach halfway across the screen and get me. I'm just gonna press Stand Fierce right now. Wha-boom, right in the face. And the counter breaker I like a lot. Truth's first counter breaker. Oh, not an optimal combo though. So Truth, you lose points for this. Yeah, that's for sure another Fierce auto double there instead of medium. RAAM's combo is really easy. You just do Fierce, light, Fierce, light, Fierce. There's no trick to it, no special about it. Nothing you have to worry about, it always works. It's not a whole lot of damage lost, and it's probably not going to cost them the game or anything, so we're like, it's not a big deal. But I mean, if you're talking about like optimization problems, counter breaker optimization is like the first thing you should think about in KI. It's the easiest possible situation to optimize, so there's no excuse for not having it optimized, I think. Alright, he's got him. Could he have popped Instinct? Where did he get his Instinct? Okay, so he's in the counter breaker combo. He has Instinct now. He could have reversaled here with it, right? But he chose to block. Okay. And yeah, so popping Instinct after being flipped out is actually kind of finicky. Sometimes it doesn't work right. So I won't blame him for that one, but I think he probably could have popped it on reversal after the damage ended, right? But okay, whatever. Maybe he thinks this game is already lost. Focus through. Oh, he's got him. Okay. He's gonna kill this life bar, but I mean, this is not looking good, right? He's got, I mean, look at all this life. RAAM's gonna get another Instinct, and I mean, we're talking like no Instinct for TJ to work with. He does have a bar, but I mean, whatever. He's gonna have to make like 25 consecutive reads to win. Waiting out his chance though. He's thinking about, okay, fakes it. He's trying to get him to make one mistake. It always starts with one mistake. There it is. Well, that was the mistake. If RAAM just does shadow grab here, it's over. Right, this is -3. It's a mistake that RAAM, or that Truth was baiting. But he doesn't punish. He punishes with a Fierce. I'm not sure why. Fierce loses to pretty much everything TJ does there, right? The only thing it doesn't beat or doesn't lose to is backdash, probably. But you're basically attacking. Yeah, like there's no reason to press Fierce there. Okay, but he's not gonna break this combo. Yeah, there's no reason. Just let him go. Okay, yeah, he's still in there. He has lots of screen to work with. He's gonna get Instinct soon. So I think this is just delaying the inevitable here. Oh, I could have whiff punished it. Oh. Wow, what a block. Oh no! I wonder what he tried there. That was a really good block. Yeah, okay, so he tried like some crazy frame trap, but wasn't expecting the Fierce to hit. He's making some pretty good indents here, and he's got RAAM to burn his instinct in a situation where it doesn't matter. Or like, not, it doesn't matter, but not advantage, not like frame advantage, you know? So, you know, he's not out of it yet. Yeah, just force him to stay full screen. This instinct does nothing because he's dying on the next hit anyway. He doesn't care about this white life. All that matters is can he see RAAM through the mix-ups and survive. That's all that he cares about. So full screen is exactly where he wants to be right now. There's another mistake. Oh no. Man, Truth gave this away twice. This is for free. And it's actually not a hard punish because of the block stun. Like sometimes like a move is -3, but it has like no block stun. So it's actually really hard to punish. Powerline is not lacking for block stun. So it's actually quite an easy reversal. So yeah, big mistake. He goes with Fierce, tries the same mix-up. Wow. You can see that Truth is getting frustrated. I'm not sure if he knows he should have won the game by now, but internally in his head, even if he doesn't know that particular punish, he's thinking, why is this? It's been 20 seconds. It should be over. So he kind of overextends here with the kebab. TJ is ready with reversal, which he had to input before the freeze, right? It just, both freezes happened at the same time and TJ's wins because it's actually invincible. Wow, he locked out. Is he dead? Yes. Shadow. Wall splat. Throw. Wow, the mix-up. Oh, he got him. Oh, my goodness. What? How did this happen? He survived on, like, the pixelest of pixels for, like, 25 seconds. This lockout is still not the end of the game. He does wall splat. And I think he can take throw here and survive. I mean, you don't want to take throw because you might get put in a bad spot, but he loses the low mix-up, and that is a really smart confirm from Devil. Superman Punch is an opener, so you can go straight into Ultra. No break chance possible there. Man, what a comeback. But with every good comeback comes a couple spots that your opponent lets it happen, right? So I think Truth will look back on that and see those two power lines that weren't punished by Shadow Grab, and think that he gave it away a bit. But I mean, props to Devil. He made some very clutch decisions there, and I mean, lots of people just give up, right? Because comebacks in KI are actually quite hard, especially if your opponent does not break. Don't call it a comeback. I call it a comeback anyway. Yeah. No, that was really strong. You know, comebacks in KI are possible if you have instinct and like a counterbreaker bet. So like RAAM can do it right, like Mirror can do it with a counterbreaker guess. But he had no instinct and like 1 bar, and he just like grinded it out slowly. But he overcame the mistakes that Truth let him have, which is not his problem, right? You take what your opponent gives you. Yes. That was not a well-timed meaty from Truth. Unbreakable. There's the first break chance. Wow, and a reset. That hurts a lot. Medium's not broken again. So Devil has ended every barrage with medium punch. He's like 4 for 4 with something 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 jab medium or something something medium medium. And here's again medium medium. But big. Okay, he's gonna get hit. Yeah. Flipped out. And that was a break, I think. Or not a break. What was this Fierce here? It's kind of weird. Maybe he tried to pop Instinct or something? There we go. Yes. Man, he is so dead. But this is not a good combo. He's going to let him live. Wow, no what? He could have killed him for sure. See, he's already at level 4, and he has 1 bar. So he should just do Fierce Linker, Fierce into Shadow Grab, and he's dead for sure. But he does the slowest linker first. He spends his bar where it does the least damage. And then medium auto double into non-damage ender? I don't know, man. Maybe input mistake? That's all I can think of. But I'm not sure what the decision making is there from Truth. He gave up like 20% damage, and boy, he let TJ live. He popped Instinct. Wow, and the late counterbreaker from Truth. So let's talk about this counter breaker. So let's see what happens here. So he has the right idea, but it's just mistimed. And I know that Truth has been, I think I've heard that Truth has not enjoyed the counter breaker change to Season 3 manuals. But if you ever get a timing lockout, or sorry, not a timing lockout, if your opponent ever gets a strength lockout, i.e. he input a break during an active window, it's always your fault. There's just no two bones about it. You input your break late, and that's the full story. So he has the right idea there, but it's basically like he tried to do a 1-frame link combo. It's not even 1-frame link. He tried to do a 5-frame link combo and pressed the button on the 6th frame and was wrong. So this is actually quite easy to practice in training. And there, I don't know if you guys know, but KI implemented shortcuts for breakers. It only kind of applies to stick players. I'm not sure if Truth is a stick player or not, but if you press light kick, so if you have your thumb on light kick as a stick player, if you press light kick plus any of the 3 punch buttons, you will get a breaker of that strength. So you can press, for example, light kick and medium punch to get counter breaker. It's like a shortcut for stick players that doesn't force them to move their thumb off of light kick. And what it does is it actually really increases the chance that you will never drop this combo, or this counter breaker. Because what a lot of people will do is they'll press, this is a light kick flip out, right? So he presses light kick, and then if you're a stick player, you have to move your thumb to medium kick, and your finger should already be on punch, right? So it's this movement that creates this delay, maybe. But what you can actually do is just double tap. You double tap light kick, and on the second one, you press medium punch as well. And double tapping is very easy to do in less than 5 frames, which is the startup of light kick. It's like kind of trivially easy, actually, because that's what double taps are. Double taps are intended to press the buttons really fast on nearly consecutive frames, so you get better chances at your input. Basically, what I'm trying to say with my rant is that this is a very practicable thing. If you find yourself struggling with this, it also happens off of, say, air throw with Orchid. Another thing where you might not want to move your thumb off of light kick. You can press throw and then double tap light kick with medium punch, and the motion is actually quite easy. So yeah, what I'm saying is, it looks like the game kind of like freaked out here, but really Truth just missed the execution. And it's a bummer because he had the right read, but yeah, the execution has to come first. But okay, Devil's going to take his second win, yes. Is that enough? The manual hit kill? No, but he has to guess. So Devil takes the life bar on the execution mistake from Truth, and is ready to go here. Again, all this is free damage. Truth not breaking out of frustration, probably. Man, that's like 45%. Got him, yeah. Wall splat. So if you're near the corner, wall splat is the better choice for TJ here. You don't have to do the turnaround for the combo conversion. Wall splat does more damage. You get to keep your corner position, and you get a 1 in 3 manual chance. So it's like all 3 things you want. So good damage. Nice break. But still 20% and punish. Or not punish, but take your turn back. TJ backdashes instead. Wow. He might be dead. Okay. He's dead. But one thing I did want to say about this, another thing that people might not know about this game, this is smart. So this is a cash out ender, right? This does 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and then cashes out on the 5th hit. The 5th hit of this shadow is not ever breakable. Did you guys know that? I'll show you in training, actually. This is easy to show. So if you do, let's see, how do I easily show this? Let's turn on meter first, and then do this into this. Okay. So I'm going to try and break 3, 4, 5. Nothing. I cannot break the 5th hit. The 5th hit is the cash out hit. Nothing. Lockout. So What this means is this shadow actually only has 4 breakable hits. If you want to break this shadow, you have to break 3 out of those 4 hits. If you try and break on 3, like you would with a normal shadow, you've already lost. There's nothing you can do. Maybe some even TJ players don't know this. Right, nothing you can do about that. You have to break 2, 3, 4 or something like that. Okay. So this is a cool idea from Devil. I like the idea a lot that he counter breaks this shadow, because it's a must break situation for Truth. Right? This is a must break for Truth. But by the time he had counter broken, Truth had already lost. He had already given up the spot. He had already given up the possibility of getting 3 breaks there. But, oh, ultimate 2? Sound effects didn't cut out. And we're left with a couple weak sounding punches to the jaw. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But I do like the counter breaker a lot, either way. Even though it was like technically quote unquote mistimed, I think counter breaking in that situation is like, it's so good. Like, you have to do it. You have to represent that in your game plan. Alright, moving on. Next game. Alright, 4-3 for Devil, so he came back. He was down 3-2, so he's won 2 in a row. Again, this is all plus. It's either plus or 0. If he gets the close fierce, this is, I think, the far fierce. I forget what the close fierce looks like. I get them mixed up in my head. But if he does backstep here, he's either 0 or plus 4. So it must be 0 because he counter hit it with a jab there. So I guess that was the far version. But yeah, if he gets close fierce instead of far fierce, he gets frame advantage for days. And there, Devil picked up on this medium kick habit from Truth. Alright, well, that was definitely a tremor. Let's watch the execution mistake. Whoop. There's the tremor he wanted. There's again. So again, tremor does no damage. It does no chip damage, and it does no damage even if it hits you. It's a hard knockdown, so TJ can come in and do mix-ups. So it's, you don't really want to get hit by it. But if you do get hit by it, you haven't taken damage yet, at least. So if I was Truth, I would just be walking forward here. Walk forward. It's okay. Walk forward and block a bit. Keep walking forward. There you go. Again. There we go. And now he's right there. TJ got put in the bad spot. Tricky combo attempt from Devil. Drop there. Plus frames. Backs away. Okay. Wow. This overhead. Boy, is this overhead something else, eh? This is from downtown New Jersey. And he gets to, on block, you're in a mix-up, and on hit, it's a combo. So it's like, wow. That was like the break there. But still, remember when I said in previous videos, if you get broken, you should not think that sucks. You should instead look at the damage, right? So this mix-up, the Fierce didn't even count on the combo, so the Fierce did about 8 or 9% before this. And then those 2 hits were 14%. So that whole sequence, Devil got, I don't know, 23 to 22% damage. Okay, so that, considering the strength of the mix-up and the range he was at, that's a good reward, even though it was immediate break. But now, okay, immediately says, I don't want to deal with this. Flip out, low, not breakable. Grab him, yeah. So again, in Instinct, when you pop Instinct in this game, it shaves 1 frame off of all shadow moves, because the frame that the Instinct was popped counts as the first frame of the shadow move. It's kind of this weird quirk of the KI system, but all that really matters is that shadow moves are 1 frame less startup after an Instinct pop. What this means, it really only matters for RAAM, because what RAAM gets is a 0+0 grab, right? It normally is a 1 frame grab. So this is the frame where TJ is getting hit. He can freeze the screen, and he knows that if TJ is not in the air here, there's nothing he can do. He just inputs this during the freeze, and he's already got. Again, This is the same. So I know that Truth knows about these set play mix-ups because he's done them in previous games, but this is not a mix-up. I think it must be mistimed on his part. The step kick into jump is not a mix-up for Shadow Grab, and you can see he lands like, I don't know, 10 frames early, and then tries to meaty with something. So you can land and get a meaty. I know that much. You can land and get stand heavy kick as a meaty, but you know it's not bad. But it certainly is no cross-up. There's no cross-up layer to that mix-up. TJ just wakes up with reversal. Drops the combo that won him the game though. And now, this is danger zone for TJ. All this is free. Oh, he's so dead. Wow. Okay. This was danger time for TJ. All this instinct, all this white life. So that drop, it was really costly because, I mean, look at this white life. This white life is still building with this much instinct left. He's going to get down to like here or so, and then one hit is death for him. Whereas if he had killed General Ram, then all this white life could have come back, right? During the round transition. So that's it. You can see how scared he is. He's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe, oh man, I'm in it, yeah. And yeah, he tried to guess there. Truth gave him a reactable linker, but because of the panic and because he knew he had to guess, he just went with something unreactable. DP, yes. And that's hard to break. Good luck. Builds the meter. He's going to have, I don't know, one chance for a mix-up here maybe. A plus mix-up? Yeah, that's +6. Wow, he pressed Fierce there? Are you serious? He caught power line. He caught double power line with Stand Fierce, which breaks armor. Breaks the power line armor. And look at this. This animation is pretty sick, hey? This lightning coming out of this. It's like chunky armor break move. That's pretty cool, hey? Wow, he pressed Stand Fierce when he was -6 in his opponent's face. Just to catch power line, I guess. Wow, what a read. Got him, though. Medium? Yeah, that's a good break. Get him. Oh, no! So, like, this is the same situation, I think, as the previous time when Devil whiffed Shadow Uppercut and Truth was trying to walk out of range. He was trying to get out of there and try and avoid blocking it. Here, Devil's like, what should I do? And he picks the wrong move. Power line works there. Or Shadow Power line, right? Or just wait and then do it, right? Just did a little early. And you can see him, he's like, what just happened? Why? It's like, oh my goodness, I'm sad. But he's taking all this life, he needs to go get that poison off. Truth is just happy to sit here. Okay. What's the mix up here? Medium, not broken. Overhead is DP'd, okay. There's that stand medium kick. Really good button for meaties. Alright, we got a mostly even match here. Kind of roughly even instincts. Both characters should get instinct. Wow, what a whiff. Or what a challenge from Truth. And he's option selecting linker after all his stabs, which you should do with most of your openers. You should, I don't want to say always, but you should more or less regularly option select linkers after them, so in case they hit, you don't have to confirm. Your confirm is already input. And again, no anti-air from TJ there, unfortunately. Devil's been really good about that, but can't get them all. And again, both characters taking it really steady here. The meter and instinct is going to be a problem for both characters. That's light, I think. That one's light. Alright, broken. Or cashed out, I mean. Flip out, and he's dead. Grab. Oh, I would have taken grab. Maybe? No, they're both pretty good. Well, see, grab, because grab gets you out of the corner, shadow grab that is, not only do you get a mix-up, but you get a corner escape mix-up if you want it. So this is not, this does damage and puts the poison on, but look at his situation. And now he's like, oh crap, I'm in the corner and I didn't want to be here, so I better jump. And that, again, really smart anti-air from Devil. I think that's a really hard anti-air, so props to him, he's got him. Yeah, he gave him one more chance, but didn't work out in his favor. So Devil takes another game, up 5-3, making a nice strong comeback here. Alright, next game. So game 9. Devil halfway home in the first to 10. Wow, what a punish. I like that. I like that Truth has seen these fakes before. And Devil in the last game got in with quote-unquote random half-screen command grab. And Truth is not having it this time. Really good punish. The one chance didn't work out for him. He could have gotten a lot of damage there, but he had committed to one chance. Heavy. Okay, finally Truth breaks a tremor. It's been a while. Wow. That was a nice setup, actually. Dash thing. Catches back dash. Quick little damage. There's the meaty. Again, Devil is ready with that 3-move rule break. There are only a couple characters in the game that really care about 3-move rule. RAAM is one of them. But in general, you don't really have to know too much about how the 3-move rule works to play KI. Just a couple of characters that kind of like to use it. Poison's on. If I was Truth, I would have just chilled here a bit. This is great. Devil is like full screen without instinct, and if you sit here and wait a little bit, back up and force him to run through a couple normals, you can take like 10% or maybe not that much, but 7 to 8% of his health off with the poison. But I wouldn't apply the mix-up here because I think the risk of you getting tagged is not worth going in there. Okay, again, Devil with a short combo, trying to force early breaks from Truth later. Light recapture, not broken. Flip out, again, not broken. So a lot of people ask, like, how can you, like, I've had people ask me, how do you deal with flip out in this game? The answer is multifaceted, but one way is to break the flip out. I think a lot of people don't break the flip out, even though they know what's coming. I'm not entirely sure why. At the end of a combo and at the end of a juggle, the risk of you breaking is actually quite low, and your opponent either has to counter break it and take the high punish, because when you counter break someone in the air, you always jump up to meet them, right? So you get a really obvious counter breaker punish there, as opposed to the grounded ones, which are a little harder. But if you're wrong, it's not the end of the world. You get flipped out anyway, and the combo's over. So I'd like to see people try to break more flip outs. Like, you might get wrong. Like, you might have tried to break the flip out one too early, and then you get locked out. Okay, but you get locked out here, you're in the same spot for the same damage, right? So, and now you have to deal with this really gross play. And TJ's okay. He's got him here though. Grab again. Okay, that wasn't a bad sequence. It was no damage, unfortunately. He could have gotten more damage with Shadow Grab, but instead he goes for the flip out into the low, which is okay. Makes himself safe for only half a bar. Wow, what did he hit him with there? Did he put stand roundhouse? I guess. It's really hard to tell. Wow, Devil taking it to him. He's not scared of the ghost in the closet. You know when you're a kid and you like, you know, the night lights out and everything's dark and you can't see anything, and you just like cover yourself up in blankets because you don't want to deal with the ghost in the closet or the ghost under the bed? Devil doesn't care, man. The lights are out, he can't see shit. He's just going in, man. He's challenging the ghost in his closet. He doesn't need his parents to come and turn the lights on. What a mix-up, or a nice combo extension. Anti-air! Oh, he had the right idea. Oh no! Man, Truth. That's a heartbreaker from Truth. So he has the right idea. I guess he had already input this. What was this supposed to be? Was this supposed to be empty jump grab? And the inputs got mixed up because the freeze stopped him before he crossed up. That might have been true. Unfortunately, he has gotten light stab, and you can't manual after light stab. Light stab is negative even on hit. So you have to cancel into doubles or linkers here. And you can see he tries to, and he just scrambles. And TJ's going to get all that white life back. Going to get level 4 meter ender. Man, that's an unfortunate situation there for Truth. Oh, that's the second time in this game he's done this. He's challenged a power line or some step in move with either fierce or stab I like that Truth is ready for that, because that's the start of Devil's offense in most matches. Yes, I like that mix-up. This is a really good, strong mix-up from Truth. The cost of this mix-up is only half a bar. You can see down here. Here. He only spent half a bar to do this. And he turns... You're actually unsafe when you do this, but if you use it sparingly, you actually... Your opponent has no way to punish this, because it's just so fast. And yeah, the grab is so good. Now he gets set play. He chooses to go for that. And again, I would like to see Truth. So this is a good block confirm, right? He wants the combo, and on block, you can actually do a double option select here. You can do I probably won't be able to do it in training for you guys because I suck on pad. I can't do like crazy complicated inputs on pad very well without practice. But you can do low forward into stab, option select linker, and then visually confirm block and do focus backdash. So on hit, you're covered. Your bases are covered because your linker is going to come out. You don't have to worry about it. And so all you have to worry about on block, all you have to worry about is when it gets blocked, that you're ready for the backdash here. So you can actually cover both options with a bit of option select trickery. But I wanted to say here is that when you do this cancel, rather than backdash, which I think is good in some situations because it gives you space, like let's say you have the life lead, which he kind of does here, but it's not really a good life lead. Or if you have, like, say, a bunch of white life and you want to recover, so you might want to run away a bit. In all of the situations, I would let this focus attack rip. You're basically turning a low / grab mix-up into +8 on block if you're wrong. And that's really strong. I think you should very rarely backdash here, only in certain situations where you want to get away from the opponent. In this situation, TJ is kind of panicked because of what happened beforehand. And with the focus dash and grab, right? TJ's like, oh crap. And now he's in this mix-up. This is the time to give yourself plus frames and a mix-up. But instead he backs up. And actually you see that TJ pressed jab here. See, he pressed jab. If he let that go, he counter hits. If he lets it go with the right timing, he can counter hit that jab and then get a stagger. So he gets like the poison and a combo. And it's actually quite confirmable. Sorry, I've been focusing on the match a bit. Maybe I'll back read a little bit of chat here. Just some interesting conversation that I probably have already missed. Auto double's not broken. Cash out. Heavy recapture. So Truth has been hesitant to break those recaptures. Maybe he's not confident, or maybe he thinks counter breakers are coming. But no counter breakers have come off the recapture yet. Oh, I like that. Again, that's a 12% or 13%, whatever it was last time. This is a damaging combo because the fierce uncombos, or sorry, does not combo from the grab. So the damage is not, for that fierce, is not counted in the damage that's reported on screen. So he actually does about 8 to 10% more here, however much the fierce is worth. So it says 12, but he really did 22-ish there. Yeah, and I would just keep him out here. TJ is like, he could very easily just lose this entire game. Man, he could lose right here. Wow. Oh, he didn't whiff it. That was good though. I like the patience here, and I like the reversal. It came just at the right time too, because if Truth had not let it go, he could have backdashed and probably killed him. So it was quite the read. Water Horses says he probably doesn't want to risk getting counter broken as to why Truth is not breaking Tremor. Yeah, I mean, sure. But I kind of hear this discussion both ways, and it's kind of strange to me, where I hear that the opponent, the person doing the offense never wants to counter break because they never work, and the opponent doesn't want to break because he might get counter broken. It's kind of this like chicken and egg situation where you kind of have to pick one, you know? Either counter breakers are valuable and they come out often, and in which case not breaking is very valid, or counter breakers aren't used all that much and then you should break a lot, right? It's kind of one or the other. I think Devil has not counter broken Tremor yet this set, at least not to my remembrance. Maybe he has once or something, but I don't think he has. In which case, truth, after 9 games, you should be thinking to yourself, okay, he's not counter breaking me. I should take a couple of these breaks. And put that back in Devil's mind. Because as it stands, Devil is just getting free damage. Water Horses adds that, then again, truth doesn't break a lot. Yeah. I mean, that's a valid way to play, kind of. I think you end up giving up a lot of damage. There are people who don't like to break in situations where it's really guessy, and I understand that because you're trying to mitigate your risk as much as you can, and you think you can outplay them and take the damage. But I think in situations where the break is quote-unquote obvious, like recaptures and heavy auto doubles, TJ notwithstanding, because we already talked about why auto barrage is good for baiting that stuff. I think you still have to play the breaker game there. You have to force your opponent to take risks. Because if you just let him rock with his most damaging combo, then I think you're making your job in neutral way more difficult than it has to be. And people like to reference Season 2 Domi, who famously got 4th or 5th at EVO without breaking, or with breaking. On stage he didn't break, maybe he broke in pools or something. See, I like that example because what it does to me is I think Domi could have won EVO if he had broken. So him not breaking and people being, he got 5th or 4th at EVO, whatever it was, and he didn't need to break. That's proof that you don't need to break to play this game well. I think his fundamentals got him very far, and if he had broken, he might have won, which I think shows that breaking was necessary, and he actually cost himself a higher position than not breaking. But don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Domi fan. And I think he's realized that his maybe he didn't break because of lack of familiarity with the game, which I think is actually was the most likely reason why he wasn't breaking, was because he just was fairly new to the game and was not willing to actually take risks where he didn't understand the risks, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think now that he's played the game a bit more, you see him break all the time, not because breaking is better or worse than it used to be, but because he understands the game better now, and he understands that the risks for breaking, he understands the risks better for breaking, and understands that it's a necessary part of the game. But yeah, I'm actually kind of bummed that Domi didn't break, because like I say, I think he could have won EVO. Wow, I like it. Yes. Maximize this combo. Light auto double. No. Truth, what are you doing? he did fierce light medium last time, and he knows that combo works because it worked last time. So if you're unsure whether you can fit heavy at the end, at least do the medium, right? At least do the one that you already know works. Why lower it? I don't know. I'm gonna give him a hard time for that one because yeah, I think optimizing KI is really hard, but optimizing counterbreaker combos is not hard. That's like your DP punish combo in a Street Fighter game. You should know it because it's so common. And look what happens here. This is really cool. He does damage ender, and then immediate flip out. I think this is still a leftover behavior from when RAAM could early cancel some moves into flip out. I didn't know this was still in the game. I thought they took care of it for most of the things. I didn't know it was possible after damage ender, of all things. So that's really cool. That's a neat little tech. This is probably a frame specific thing. When it used to be in the game after command grab, where he could early cancel into flip out or stomp, and it was more or less a one frame link. There was one random frame in the middle of the animation that let you cancel. So it must still be true of damage ender, which is actually, I think, kind of cool, kind of neat. But certainly it's not easy to do this. You could be mashing light kick and still miss it. And I like the anti-air from Devil again. And there's the break on that target combo. Power line, instant cancel to keep himself safe. That's plus. So I said this, I probably have said the number. This is +6. Power line and instinct is +6, in case you didn't know the number. Which makes shadow counter quite good after it, actually, because TJ players, everybody who's +6 is going to press their advantage, right? And shadow counter is great at stopping that. Medium linker tries the manual, not works, but he does a negative move instead. That was a good block, but this is super hard to deal with. This is super plus and overheads and low, but wow, what blocking. And wow, why did Devil do that? He had him here. I'm not sure, this does nothing to enhance his mix-up. Maybe it was a negative edge mistake? That's all I can think of, because I don't think Devil did this on purpose. But Truth really earned this, and again, Truth, you're playing like I like to see you play. Wow, he earned that. He earned this life bar. He earned this lead with 2 really good counter breakers and amazing defense on TJ's instinct, which is he earned this. He earned every bit of this. Yeah, Devil says it was negative edge. That makes sense. This game does do a lot of negative edge stuff, actually. You're not, wow, nice backdash chase. So again, no instant or no meter for Ram the punish here. So he tries fierce and TJ backdashes, but he catches the backdash with heavy stab that time. All right, he's got meter now, so TJ has to watch power lines. Oh, I tried the same mix-up, but Devil was right. Again, nice interrupt. So there is an option select timing. So TJ's command grab is very strong, right? I think it's a very good command grab, even though it's slightly more punishable than other command grabs in the game. There is an option select timing, and you are welcome to go into training mode and practice this for yourself, where if you block a normal and TJ does step forward, like the start of power line, and you're not sure what move is coming at the end of it yet, you can press a button with a certain timing, and you will block back fist, you will block power line, but you will interrupt command grab. Okay, so it's actually like it's not foolproof defense, because if TJ like delays power line, he can counter hit you, but most TJs don't do that, and you have to force them to lab it up and figure out ways to stop this. But you will also catch, you will also be safe from roll and backstep, the backdash. Basically, if you're able to consistently do this timing and you're able to recognize the situations where it occurs, you can make TJ's offense quite a bit weaker just by pressing this button at a certain time. So you guys should go into training. If you're struggling with the TJ matchup, you should practice this option select. And that's roughly the timing there, what Truth did. Heavy linker broken? No, not broken. So usually TJ players will make some of these hits whiff, right, so that it's hard to tell the strength. But here, all 3 hits hit, and you can break fierce on the second hit there, the follow-up hit. Truth was not having it though. Wow, full screen over there. Okay, there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, is it over? It's over. Big time over. What? No, wrong spin. Again, poor optimization here from Truth. In general, as long as you're able to get to level 4, which I'm pretty sure, well, maybe not, but I think he was going to get to level 4 if he just did the standard combo. Shadow Grab is a way better use of meter than Shadow Stab, than Shadow Linker. Shadow Linker doesn't do, first of all, Shadow Grab does more damage, so just straight up, it's a better use of meter that way. But it's also longer, so it takes more of the white life from the instinct and keeps applying it to the damage ender. So it's like doubly more effective. So as long as you can get to level 4 through normal means, I would never ever spend meter on Shadow Linker unless you have 2 bars and you're also going to spend it on Shadow Linker or Shadow Ender, right? So Truth cost himself the round here by not doing the right optimization combo. He's in still a really good spot. Pop Instinct. Okay, same thing. Pop Instinct. He could totally lose here. Instinct. Oh, okay. I like the Fierce. I like this Fierce a lot from Truth. So he gets hit because you can't not get hit there. Okay, and this Fierce challenges the get in, and it's a Fierce, so it beats Powerline armor. He knows he can't block Powerline because he's going to get put in the blender, and he knows he's not going to reliably block Tremor / command grab mix-ups. So he challenges in the one spot where he still has a chance to challenge, right? If he waits too long, he might die, but he picks the right spot to challenge here. So it's good game knowledge and good anticipation from Truth. Unfortunately, he did not do Open or Ultra, which I think Devil had a chance to break there. I think he wasn't dead. But no matter. Alright, next game. So Truth stops the win streak. And that's a damaging combo, 23%. And one of those hits was not even counted because it was an armor hit. Alright, so that went into... so you could tech that throw because you're in stagger. So you can always tech throws and stagger, just like wall splat. But it was the only chance to break that combo, quote-unquote break, i.e. escape. So that's a one chance break for 23%, no meter. And it doesn't cash out the white life, so his next hit is also going to be level 3 or 4. And how did that start? It started off of a target combo, which was 0 or plus on block, depending on spacing. So people who think TJ is not a strong character in this season, I think, have not fully explored the character's tools. Because yes, he has some bad matchups. Yes, he can get dominated by some characters who really abuse his poor wake-up. But I think his offense is kind of... It reminds me a bit of Street Fighter V Balrog, although TJ is not as high as in the tier list as Balrog is. But the philosophy kind of is similar. He's a really good up-close brawler with lots of plus frames, lots of big damaging combos when he hits you, and unlike Street Fighter V Balrog, TJ is always capable of doing mix-ups. It's not just the instinct, or not just the V-trigger that Balrog needs to get scary mix-ups. So this kind of weak defense, like Street Fighter V Balrog has no reversal, so it's kind of like he's the worst. He's in the pool of worst characters for reversals or for defense. TJ kind of he has a screen freeze reversal, which is not bad, but again, baitable by a lot of things. But I think the archetypes are quite similar, actually. Medium linker. Wow, okay. Maybe a little bit of a lag drop there from Truth. Punish. Okay. He tried the timing there, was maybe a little late on the normal. I think he tried to interrupt this command grab with normal. Yeah, he tried, but he was not quite in time. That's plus. That's okay. Yeah, that's the difference between the close and far version. There's the close version, or the close version of Fierce. It's that cross hook. Yeah, someone in chat had said that earlier, right? He was cross hooking for the close version. That's plus, and the far version is the wind up Fierce. This one here. So this is, if he backdashes this, it's only 0, but he still gets counter hit. That was medium. That might have been medium as well. That was heavy. Nice break from Truth. It's second time he's broken Tremor. Punish. So he could have got him, right? The only reason maybe he didn't do Shadow Grab here is because maybe Truth thought he was in the jumping pre-frames by this crouching animation. He wasn't sure what it was, maybe. But I think he gets him there. But instead he was crouch jabbing, because he did crouch jab into blocked thing. And this is big time dunkage. Combo Breaker CL, thanks for hosting someone's stream a couple weeks ago. Wow, nice guess. And I like the counter breaker. No, Truth, what happened? See, the important thing about this counter breaker is that it was in time. Good players like Devil and others, like the many good players in KI, when you play somebody you know who's good, they very rarely get tricked by timing lockouts, right? So this issue of like, oh, you can't counter break the startup of manuals, you can't counter break certain timing lockouts, actually not as big of a deal when you're playing a good player, right? Because they often always will time their breaks correctly. And if you're trying to trick somebody into a timing lockout, you won't be counter breaking, because you're undoing your own mix-up. Why would you do that? So as long as you press the button and counter breaker within the startup window of your normal, then this always works. And Truth, unlike the previous time, did it correctly here. But unfortunately drops the combo big time. Must have been a lag spike, that's all I can think of. And it's going to cost him big time. All this life's coming back for TJ. He's going to get level 4 meter ender. TJ loses his instinct, but man, what a trade. He'll trade that all day for a meter and 25% life. Zero on block, nice. Confirm, and again, he's going to get I love that Shadow Caster. I love that use of Shadow Meter there from TJ. First of all, TJ has 2 bars, so he has a bar to spend. As in, he doesn't need this bar for something else because he has a backup bar. So this is really smart KV management from TJ. This is the only thing that would have converted this combo. Alright, so here we go. Wall splat into this. He does normal, and any normal tremor here is, the KV is over 100. See this number here? This is over 100, so the combo will blow out if he hits him again. That does not apply to shadow moves, however. So he uses the shadow recapture instead of the normal recapture. He spends the bar that he had. He has this bar of leeway, and he uses that to get another ender. He tried to flip out there. I maybe would have taken meter ender just to get some of that meter back, because the damage on the vortex was not worth it. But he tried to flip out, which was probably going to get him higher expected damage over the long term. But dropped it, and now he gets cornered. Now what? Wow, what a grab! His grab range. This is from downtown Ponoka. He's dead, right? Wow, I'm surprised no break from TJ there. Maybe he was predicting counterbreaker, because Truth has been a bit counterbreaker heavy the last couple games. All right, light linker, flip out, baits reversal. Yes, get him. Don't even block it. It doesn't matter here because TJ doesn't have instinct. You can see here, no instinct. But in the middle of a match, you're not entirely sure. I would just do exactly what Truth did here. Don't even wait. Just dunk him in the face. And he's gonna do heavy grab. Or yeah, no. I'll just blame this on a bit of the lag spike here. Well, yeah, we're not gonna criticize that. There's the fierce into the light manual. All right, he's in there. What's it got? Fierce, meaty, to command grab. That's, I think, heavy. Drop the combo again though, and I love the pop. So again, I kind of feel bad for not talking about this because we had talked about it so much in the last set I analyzed with Devil, where he didn't often use instinct as a pop. Instead, he waited for last breath in situations where he could have popped it. And I said, I was talking to him and I said, I think this is a bad use of instinct. And I gave, I don't know, half an hour of reasons why. And you're welcome to go back and check that other video if you're interested in that. But to sum up, to give you the too long didn't read, I think TJ's last breath is terrible. And I think you should only ever use it if you're forced into it, i.e., you get counter broken and you get half of your life wiped off in one hit and you don't get a chance to manually activate, right? In general, you should basically always activate. It's so much better to activate on your own terms, so in plus frames, and as making a mix-up safe, as opposed to your opponent's terms, which is where he activates you and then runs away, or meaties you and you can't actually do anything, right? So, and not only that, but you get the full instinct duration instead of half of it. So it's like 5 million advantages for popping manually, and what's the advantage for using last breath? You get 1 extra hit. Okay, so the 1 extra hit has to be so much more valuable than all those things I just listed for you to ever use last breath ever. Okay, and I think maybe in 1 out of 100 matches or 1 out of 50 matches, you will find a situation where all those situations don't matter, and the last hit or the extra hit that you get is so valuable. Like in this situation, it's so much more valuable to do what TJ did here. All right. So he gets broken, right? Or does he? What happens here? See, this is so much better. Not only does he nullify RAAM's instinct effectively, he stops RAAM from doing anything. He will convert that into a combo on hit, meaning he doesn't have to spend instinct yet. And now he's massively plus. And look at this, it's over. Yeah, he's dead. There's the 1 break chance. He got it wrong. If TJ doesn't spend last breath, or if TJ doesn't pop instinct there, he loses the round, I think, almost for sure, because the white life is going to add up and he's going to get hit. Him spending last breath or instinct manually decided him that game. It was like, that is the key decision for him winning that game or losing that game. And I will actually often see TJ players, I've seen this from like really good TJs, where they will have, I don't know, they'll have like 15% life left, so like danger life, and they will do reversal and they won't pop instinct. They will instead take the punish and die from an ultra, and then use Last Breath. Like, think about that. You, instead of popping and getting frame advantage, you're taking the exact same situation and deliberately choosing everything worse about Last Breath. Like, you're saying, okay, I'm going to give up half my instinct, I'm going to give up my frame advantage, and I'm going to, you know, all so that you were going to get killed either way, and you're going to get your health back to about where it was when you popped instinct or when you did reversal the first time. So it's like, in those situations, if you're going to reversal, you have to pop, you know. But TJ players are so focused on this Last Breath, it's like such a psychological hold on them that they can't see past the value of manually popping instinct. And I said it in the other video, but it's such a crazy, to me, it's the most overrated tool in all the fighting games I've ever studied over 15 years of being in the community. And I've studied like all sorts of games from different walks of the FGC. To me, it's just like, I can't understand why so many people are so insistent on using Last Breath. So long story short, I'm happy to see Devil use it there. It won him the game. It was the decision that won him the game. And I know that he's been thinking about it himself in his own play since I talked about his previous set a week ago. And it already paid off there. It already won him a game. All right, here we go. Next game. Devil's put together quite a little streak here. Won 5 of the last 6 or something like that. Heavy link, yes. Continue, yes. Truth, I like it. Wall splat into heavy, yes. Here he gets a free meaty if he wants it. Instead goes for flip out. Again, flip out, yes. Got to hold up, and you go, okay. He did hold up. Both players held up. So I like the hold up from Truth in particular here, because let's think about TJ's options after flip out. He has instinct pop, he has reversal, and he has jump, okay? If he's expecting command throw, for example, which I think is the bait, is why he did this. He does not want to sit there and block. If you sit there and block, you can catch jump with anti-air, right? It's actually not that hard if you're specifically watching exactly for corner jump, okay? But you have to block reversal. And then TJ gets to go hammerino here with the ye old yellow bar. So he wants to avoid blocking the reversal, but he doesn't want to give up the jump. He wants to cover both options. He wants to hit neutral jump and he wants to avoid reversal. And the best way to do that is what he did. So really good decision making from Truth there. And it's such an important thing to make TJ pop instinct on his second bar as opposed to his first. It's like at least a 50% life swing on average. So we're talking like small decision, doing the right thing to bait multiple options, but we're talking 50% life swing. Fierce, fierce, jab, fierce. It's like a cross Tekken combo. I love cross Tekken combos. Fear flip out, command throw, flip out, not command throw. Wow, okay. That's the tick throw attempt, but he got hit by the normal, so the tick grab whiffed. But because he's an instinct, this recovers like instantly, so he just reversals. And caught him trying to punish. Jab. He's got him, yeah. Into ender, yeah. And he does the damage ender, so good job. So, TJ popped instinct, and wabam, right? First life bar gone. But Truth's decision making gives him one key advantage in the situation. 0 instinct, full instinct. So we're talking, this is a huge life swing advantage, and also Devil had to spend a bar to kill him. So we're talking, the life bars look even, but this is like, between this and this, we're talking, I don't know, 50 to 60% advantage for Truth here. Can he capitalize though? Devil's not going to get any resources till he gets clobberinoed. We're with punish, yes. Here we go. Wow, tried to, he got him, he's going to, boy, is he deader than dead or what? Kill him, yes. Wham, boom, boom, boom. Bloody build instinct, 81%. I want to watch this again. I don't know about you guys, but I love watching people get clobbered in fighting games, okay? People say like damage is extreme for this move, and like damage is extreme for Mira, and you know, like in older seasons Sunder had extreme counter break. I love watching people get smoked, okay? I love watching myself get smoked. If I made a mistake in a match, like a block DP, and then I got counter broken on the punish combo, like freaking take my whole life bar. You deserve it, good job. So I love watching people do this, set him up for like panic time, and then meaty, and then something, and then gets him. And this is the same 3-move rule break that Devil has reliably broken the entire time. So I love that Truth picked up on it and was willing to risk, well, he won the game because of it. Well, he's going to win the game, presumably. So like, this is like, first of all, he used the advantage he had earned from making the good decision in round 1. Okay, so here's the big instinct bar. This is his trump, and this is his ace in the hole, right? This is his reward for making good decisions. So great, he gets to use it now. He makes another good decision in round 2, opens the opponent up, gets a little reset here. So he's exercising the advantage he had earned, and then he uses meaty into normal into something. Either look like light to me, but then he doubled up on his good decision making by capitalizing on Devil's earlier habits. Okay, so this looks like some stupid 81% combo, but if you break it down, it's 3 amazing decisions. Okay, and the capitalization in a game like KI on your good decision making is a life bar. That's what every character can do to you if they make good decisions. And when you deal with a scrambly game like KI and you make good decisions and you get rewarded with a life bar, I love seeing that. And I love high damage that lets it happen. So people will criticize, if somebody wants to criticize KI, they can look at this match and say like, frickin', he made 1 raid and wins the life bar. It's such an oversimplification of what happened here. And if you ask Truth, like if you were to talk to Truth about what he did here, he'd be like, yeah, I saw that he did this 3-move rule break early, so I did that. And he would like break it down for you, and he would explain to you what leads to this high damage. And I love that about this game. I bet, again, suboptimal combo from Truth, but it doesn't matter in this case because the damage is so high. But again, I'd love to see him do more optimal combos there. And again, TJ's forced to press Last Breath. TJ was forced to until using Last Breath here because he got his entire life bar wiped out in 1 combo. So is obviously no other recourse for him. But let's take a look at the application of Last Breath in case you weren't convinced by my previous rant, okay? So he pops it. First of all, he has to hold a mix-up here, okay? So not only does he start with half, he has to take off 100% of Truth's life bar with half instinct instead of full. And he has to hold a mix-up, which means he might immediately die. Okay, so he survives the immediate mix-up, gets a lockout, tries to do the auto barrage. Okay, gets lucky on the lockout again. Okay, reversaled out. Is he going to die to this mix-up? He isn't. Okay. Oh yeah, he is. He's going to die to the combo, the manual that he can't break because he died. But let's say he had survived. Let's say he had survived this mix-up, right? So he got flipped out and grabbed. Let's say he had mashed backdash or held up. Okay, and he got out. So like TJ jumps away and lands about here somewhere. So you have half screen distance between him and RAAM. TJ is out of instinct. You can see up here. And look at the life deficit he has to win still. He is 1 hit away from dying. Any grab or any fierce into stab will kill him because of Ultra. And he has to earn all this life back without any tools, right? Meanwhile, if he had popped instinct manually, or had he been able to in this game, which he wasn't, but if he was able to, he would have jumped back, he would have jumped back, and he would still have half his instinct. So he can do a frickin' full screen overhead punch into command grab, and you can't block it. Well, actually, Truth has blocked it a couple times somehow, but you can't like reliably defend against it long term. And this half instinct, it has a real good chance of taking off this entire instinct, right, or entire life bar. So not to like super belabor that point, but if you were thinking like Last Breath has its uses, quote unquote, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. I think the only time it's useful is if you're forced to pop it because you got massacred by a combo. And you can see it didn't work out for him there because there's just the deficit was too big. All right, moving along. 5-7, and we have about 17 minutes or so left on this video. I'll try and, as I always do, I ramble for a lot, and then I'll try and maybe speed through a bit of these last couple matches. Advantage enter is ticked, grab into confirm. Medium, recapture not broken. Another really tricky to break combo. Wall spot. He does launcher enter, he's going to flip him out. Break for sure. No? A nice non-flip out. I would have broken flip out there, or guessed flip out and been wrong. Got him. Grab. See, I don't see. Look at this. Yeah. The decision from Ram here has to be shadow grab. There's no other choice. He wants reversal because he wants to save his bar, but save it for what? This is what you're saving it for. This exact situation, right? So instead, he does DP for 2%, misses the flip out, and now he's in the corner still, and he's gonna die. He's getting chipped out. Yeah. And take a look at TJ's life bar. Not counting the white here. This is what this little small sliver was what the DP did. If he had used shadow bar, TJ, he would have been in a mix-up, done 20%, and he's out of the corner. So, I don't know. To me, I think that's a tough decision to make. Faking, he baits the fierce, and he gets him. Wow, he was in the air or something. I don't know what happened there. No, I guess he was yeah, he was trying to backdash the F-ADC. Again, I still like the counterbreaker. The punish was 26%, but considering Ram could have, he needed to make a push in that round there to get back. Those are hard combos to break. And he tried shadow counter again. And I think this is a wash this round for Truth. Wow, he broke it. He has instinct, but the best he can do is take one life bar with it. Spaceman 28,000 hosting me with one viewer. Appreciate it, bud. I'll pass the message along. Well, here's the start, but yeah, well, that's the end, I think. Well, not quite yet. Devil's doing the right thing by not breaking here. That's fine. He can take a few of these with no problem. Shadow power line. No? Actually, I guess Shadow power line would have been dunked there probably. Eh? Probably gets hit. But there's he challenged the +8, right? This is +8. You can't deal with this. He challenged +8 and gets counter hit. Okay, so Truth did a really good job utilizing instinct. He took the whole bar. His only hope was to take, like, this is his only use of that instinct, was to take one life bar. So now can he reverse? Can he reverse comeback like Devil did to him earlier in the set? No, he can't do it. That's an interesting interaction, right? What happened here exactly? Shadow into, so that's actually invincible. Shadow DP for Truth is, it's really, really invincible. But the Shadow ended up trading the hitbox on the Shadow move, traded with the Shadow power line. Because that's how hitboxes work in KI. The red hitboxes are hittable boxes themselves, and they can trade on the priority system with attacks of their own strength. Which is why you can do things like meaty wind kick to a character like Jago and trade with his DP, because you're sticking the hitbox for your wind kick on top of the DP hitbox. The red hitbox of the DP, I should say. And the priority system trades. But it requires very precise spacing because you have to hit a very specific part of his hitbox while making sure that your hittable green box is not exposed to the DP, and there's a bunch of, like, you know, there's a bunch of inside, like, you know, nuances to that interaction, but it's possible. All right, next game. Wow, got him. Yeah, okay, punish this time. Again, no mix-up. He takes the meaty, which is still pretty decent. And that punishment there was not a real punishment, I think. Oh, no, that was the light version, so yeah. That was true punishment. Okay. Meaty again. And he tried to mix up manuals here. He did stand medium punch into heavy stab, and that never combos. So I'm not entirely sure what he was trying here. He puts himself at -1 though. Again, no mix-up meaty. Yeah, blocked. Another block. I would just get out of there now. Instead, he goes in and gets clipped. He's in trouble here. Okay. Wow. It's still on block stun from the power line. So this command grab is 19 frames in instinct. So he has at least 19 frames of block stun here. At least. Maybe a bit more. He still got him because instinct's so good. Overhead, so good. Overhead again. Fierce. Overhead again. It's a lot of life to take. And yeah, he dies. Truth has been really good about blocking those overheads. Like, much better than the average player would be. So, eventually caught up to him. You can't block all of them, right? Isn't Shadow Emergence, i.e. RAAM's DP, supposed to be projectile destroying? I believe so. I believe it is, but Shadow Powerline's not a projectile. So, you can just blow through it. It basically becomes just a DP interaction there. Wow, that overhead hit meaty as hell. Look at this thing. Look at the range. Look at this. This is where he did it from. He's like, this is like 30 yards away. It's like a Rogers to, you know, Jordy Nelson or something. Oh, he got him. And he tried to counter break the flip out finally. I probably would have gotten got by this. But I think because Truth has never once broken flip out, I think he has to probably not try it. I don't know, it's a tough spot, right? But I think you kind of have to, especially after 13 games, you have to make sure that your opponent is breaking in spot that you counter break, I think. Wow, I like the crouch fierce. He's gonna get got. That's heavy. And there's another counter breaker. So I like this one a bit better because I think Truth probably breaks here a little bit, especially after he had broken earlier in the set on this sort of similar situation. And I would have fallen for this one too, for sure. I break heavy there all the time. And this is it. Meaty, yeah. So Devil, if you're watching, this is Truth's common thing. It's medium kick and then it's stand medium punch 100% of the time here from Truth. He's never done something that wasn't stand medium punch here. Whether it's a block string or whether it's a combo conversion, it's stand medium punch every time. Man, is he dead? No, he's not dead. But man, wake up instinct for sure. Come on, Devil. You got it. Now. Oh no. I think I can understand maybe not doing it there, but here for sure is like you have to take full advantage of your negative frames and see the mix-up. He's gonna get flipped out. Yeah, kind of poked into last breath. Can he make anything out of this? No, he's dead. Again, smart. I like the shadow counter from Truth. It's a common thing with him is to shadow counter after this power line, but it's a smart choice. But I think a poor choice of instinct use might have cost Devil that game. A bit of a bummer, but he's still up 2 games in the set, so it's not okay, or it's not so bad. Moving on. Oh man, the one time I didn't fast forward too far is the time I let the intros rock. Okay. Fierce. Again, I think when you're playing against a RAAM player, this mix-up is scary only if they don't have, only if they have Shadow Meter, because that's the only time he can take his turn back, like in a super egregious way, like he can, you know, attack 1 frame into your jab sort of thing. If he doesn't have meter, you should never take these mix-ups after block stab. You should always check him. That's a jab check there. He gets out, but okay. Something to keep in mind for the future is that mix-up is not scary if RAAM does not have meter. It's just not really that scary. I think he missed a cancel there. All right. And yeah, there's the same situation that Devil was just telling me in chat, that he says he notices now that Truth likes to do jump in into medium kick. And again, it happened here. Or jump in and then medium kick and then medium punch again. Same situation. Right? Flip out, low. That's the first time the low has hit. So he's tried this flip out into low thing, into light stab, and he's done confirm into focus because he wants to get out of there on block. But this time it hits. Gets a short little combo. And again, a really nice punish from Truth. Rather than letting TJ just figure out what happens here, he's just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm just going to punch you in the face. Light into thing, heavy grab coming. Oh, wow. Nice little extension. He's going to get dunked. Yep. Nice patience from Devil there. Flip out into overhead on the other side. Another command throw. Flip out, command throw again. Wow. I'm not sure what this was. He's doing really good here. And then he does flip out into mix-up, and then tries to DP, but the DP isn't invincible, so I'm not sure, and it's unsafe, so I'm not sure what it beats. But nonetheless, Truth DP's out of it. Flip out, and he's dead. Tries to keep his corner position. He's not going to keep it though. He's going to get thrown into the corner. Overhead. I would have guessed overhead there. Punish. Tries to get out of there. Yes, there we go. Challenge. I like the challenge. That's medium, I think. I think that's also... I think that was heavy. Man, those are hard to tell, aren't they? He's jumped. Yeah. Wow, just meaty. And again, Truth. He got caught with the execution error again. So again, this is kind of like, to me, the analogous situation in Street Fighter is, wow, Brandon Alexander has joined me in chat, complete with a Twitch verified badge. They have these things now. What the heck is this? Brandon, are you so important that you're verified? Man, I'm glad to be your friend. How's it going, man? Yeah, I was about to say, the analogous situation in Street Fighter here is a meaty that is 1 frame late, right? And you meaty, and sometimes the guy blocks because he was going to block anyway. Sometimes the guy tries to reversal and misses it and gets hit anyway, which would be the situation where, in this situation, if you counter broke late, but the guy still got counter broken because he messed up too. So it's a double mess up, but it works out in your favor. But if the guy reversals, i.e. hits this first possible frame, your 1 frame meaty is getting dunked, friend. Like, it just is. And it's all your fault because you were late. So this situation where you timing lock out, or not, sorry, when you strength lock out, is just you pressing the buttons a frame or two late. And if you wanted advice on how to make sure that doesn't happen to you, if you're a stick player, you can use the shortcut. And I think also for pad players, you can use the shortcut. I'm sure pad players will have ways to make sure this comes out properly each time as well. But this interaction looks funky, and I also cringe when I see it. I'm like, man, that sucks. This guy was like, you hate to see that kind of thing happen where the guy's like, clearly he made a smart head decision, but his fingers let him down. You know, I hate to see that in any game. The EG curse, the famous EG curse from Street Fighter 4, where Justin would drop every game-winning Ultra FADC. I don't know, he must have been like 1 for 10 on those in his life. And it's like heartbreaking. I went to Canada Cup. Every year it happened for most of Street Fighter 4's life because it was in my city. And I did some commentary for Canada Cup too, actually. Anyway, Justin did this in a very important match in like top 16 of Canada Cup one year. And we were all in the crowd. I was with my buddies, and we were in the crowd, and we were like, Justin landed EX Messiah kick. And you were like, you knew that all he had to do was the most basic day 1 combo, and he was going to win the set. And we were all staring at each other like, is he going to drop this combo again? Is this going to happen? And it happened. Justin messed up the combo super bad, and then it just shook him, and he just lost the rest of the match. And we were like, yep, that happens, man. Can't drop your execution, dude. So he made the right decision, and his fingers let him down, and I hate to see that in every game. Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, you know, games with higher execution like Marvel. But it's part of the game. You have to make sure that your execution is right, and there is no, you know, some people think like, oh, I shouldn't have to practice that. Why am I have to practice it? Dude, you have to practice everything. Fighting games are about practice, right? If you are dropping something, you practice it. This is particularly easy. This isn't a TAC Infinite in Marvel. This is you can get this down in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? This is not too bad. So it's a bummer to see Truth drop this combo, and I hate seeing this interaction because it's wholly preventable. Tough times. But again, good punish by Devil. He's gonna get meter out of this. He's not gonna get that white life back though. That instinct is still draining it. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate it, dude. Punish. Oh, power line. This is power line for sure. Just dunk him. Yoink. Nah, I missed the power line. But okay, he made something up. Minus or +8. Wow, he's still challenged, eh? Devil's been consistently pressing buttons here. If Truth had pressed Fierce, he would have got him again. That's heavy, I'm pretty sure. Cash out. Wow, that's a tricky setup. I like that. I've seen that setup from other TJs, where they blow out a combo, roll under, and then that should have been a cross-up jump in, but I think this time the input, maybe a bit of lag swallowed it. Got him. No, I'm surprised. Super surprised. This frame, he already knows. Like, this is the frame that TJ gets hit. There's nothing he can do. Shadow grab is guaranteed here. But instead he waited for him to reversal and punished him. Again, pressing Fierce here. This is the second time in the set Truth has done this. So very smart. It wasn't smart to not shadow grab. But okay, he blocked the reversal. Great. You have to punish with a Fierce, and not just raw thing. It must have been. I want to give Truth the benefit of the doubt here, actually, because he's been pressing Fierce all the other times, and my guess is maybe, I don't know. This looks like maybe lag swallowed up his Fierce button or something. So I'll give him credit here that he wanted to do Fierce, but it didn't come out. There's the meaty into stand medium kick again. Devil, if you're keeping track. That's like the 100th time. Alright, TJ's gonna try and chill. Oh my goodness. Oh, he could have got him. He could have got him there. Just do another power line. He's dead, right? Man, is that mistake gonna cost him? No. He did power line. Did power line win? Truth couldn't react. So Devil is on match point. Moving ahead here. Alright, here we go. Truth has to win 4 in a row. +, 0. Punish, yes. Okay, I like the corner throw, actually. Positioning, very valuable, yes. Meaty into medium punch. That's 101st time. Donk. That light kick looks pretty good. Not sure I've seen that before, actually. Yes. Well, okay. He tried to block confirm into FADC, but he just did it anyway. But alright, he gets away with it. Punish. No, instant cancel's good. Man, TJ's out of there, isn't he? Not enough. So that's a costly first round loss. All the instinct gone. And Truth looks to be in good shape to extend the set here. Nice block. That is a low, even though it does no damage. Yes, nice chase on the backdash. This is, again, Truth has been studying. Got him, yes. Doesn't matter that he broke. 10%, and he planted that in his head. Got him. Oh, get him. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. Light linker into poison. Okay. Nice break on the Fierce. Devil has been consistently going for Fierce on the third hit here. I like that he was ready for it. Yes, and he challenged the incoming. Devil has been doing this a lot, actually. Something I haven't mentioned before, but Devil has very consistently, after Breaker, gone for Superman, or whatever this move is called, the overhead, far-ranging overhead. It's been over 50% of the time, I want to say. He's mixed in blocking and other things too, but I think if Truth wants to pick a spot to challenge, this was a great spot because it was a very good chance that he was going to do Superman Punch. Dead? Is that heavy? Yes, he was in range for heavy. He's one hit away from dying. Yeah. And again, Devil didn't activate Instinct here, and I'm kind of bummed. This is the perfect spot for it. He got flipped out. Actually, it might have been the case that Instinct wasn't possible there, because sometimes you can't get it on the first frame of flip outs. Absorbs, and now he has to handle this mix-up on his terms, and he's dead. Wow, dominant round from Truth. I like his decision-making quite a bit, though. And I spy with my little eye, only 4 minutes left in the video, so it looks like the run might come to an end here. A little bit of foreshadowing, it seems. Yeah, Devil says he was mashing Instinct, but it didn't come out. Yeah. So I think reversal Instinct is not possible after flip out. I think there is one frame where you cannot do reversal Instinct or reversal. You can do reversal special moves. That much I know, but you cannot do reversal buttons. And it's kind of a weird quirk of the flip out system. Something that we have to know and work around, I think. All right. What seems to be the last game of the set. Let's watch Devil take it home here. Yeah, you guys stuck with me for frickin' 2.5 hours, so good on you guys. It's 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast. Damage ender switches sides. It couldn't get over. Nice punish. This is actually surprisingly difficult to punish, this heavy emergence. It's only minus 8, I want to say. Minus 10, maybe. You can punish with a fierce, but man, you have to be fast. So Devil goes with the jab, and the block stun is deceptive. It actually tricks you into sometimes not getting it. There's a good punish there. Out of there. Alright. Both players playing patient. Devil looking to get in. He gets in finally. Get him. Well, not quite there. But there's the frame trap. Tremor into the thing. He takes the risk, but it's a good risk. I like the risk. No juggle extension though. Wow, that crossed. He's got him. Wow, no. Definitely could have got him here. This is not going to hit. Oh well. Well, great anti-air. He's going to get tremored. Instead, he goes for the flip-out mix-up. And I like the patience here. Yeah, just back up. You want, as a Devil, you want to make sure that you only engage on your terms here. You want nothing to do with all this white life. This white life is bad times. If he clips you, you want to catch him overextending, trying to get this white life. You do not want to go in and risk this white life just to get this much back. It's on him. It's his mistake to be this far away. So he has to get to you, not the other way around. So I like the patience. And as I say that, he puts himself in a spot to get shadow grabbed. If Truth knew this punish, he was dead there. Well, he still might be dead. And he really, yeah, he didn't need to give up this damage. He really overextended when it was all on RAM to come close, not for TJ to overextend. Wow, really? Is he gonna die? How did this happen? I can't believe that must have been a throw attempt. Is he dead? No, he couldn't build up level 4 because he did the wrong combo. It's okay. 68, and now poison is gonna kill him. One more mix-up. Wow, he breaks the. What happens here? Did he do the shadow version? No, he did the regular version. So yeah, looks like the priority system just won there. But man, look at this life that he gave up going in, right? This is a heartbreaker, I think, for Devil. Just one bad decision to go in, and Truth really capitalized on his overextension. But okay, can TJ pop Instinct on this round? I would do Tremor into Instinct here, or Powerline. Same thing, right? This is perfect. This is where you extend. This is where you need to make this life bar count, and I would pop Instinct here all the time. Not only do you get crazy mix-ups, but you get the chance to apply an unsafe mix-up here. So Powerline or Tremor, something, into this is bad times. Overhead. Oh, he blocked that one. Got rolled back into a block. Yes. Oh, okay. Again, Truth caught him trying to push, but I still like that he got this much Instinct on that life bar, and he's going to build another Instinct before the game. So that was actually kind of the worst case scenario for Devil, I feel, was only this much life, and that's still, I think, very worth it. No break from Truth. Fierce. The linker, yeah, that's tough to break. Or that's tricky mix-up. So as I said in a previous set, he actually gets the linker version of Shadow Knee here when he does Fierce as the third hit of his barrage, and then he goes back to neutral. If he does Shadow Knee in neutral, the game for some reason applies the linker rule, and he gets the much faster Shadow Knee. This is not the neutral version of Shadow Knee. Got him. Fierce. Crouch Fierce. Okay, it's the same thing. Oh, I got him. Man, what a break. I love that it's medium, though. It's medium every time, and Devil got him. Devil decided the set by a good medium break here. Wow, he just dashed into Fierce. He's like, no, I'm not done yet. Fierce into Thing. Wow, took all the life back. He could have won. Man, Truth really could have won this game if he extended this combo. Man, I don't know. He really wanted to capitalize on the lockout, or on the one chance because of all the white life, but if he does Fierce auto double instead, it's lights out. What's he got here? Flip out into grab again. I would have popped Instinct the hell out of that. As soon as you see him not do the flip out here, which, you know, screws up your inputs, I would have just popped Instinct. Pop it now. No. Got him anyway. Okay. Ugh, gave him a break chance. Okay. He could have killed him without a break chance. But gave him one break chance, and Truth was still wrong 1 in 3 times there. Full ultra. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Oh, you dropped it. Man, you taunted too. I don't know, man. If you drop your swag combo at the end of a round, I don't think you get the right to taunt. You have to hold that. No, you can't taunt here. No. You can't taunt. You dropped the combo. But still, that was a great set, I think. Both players played... Whoops. Did I click something? Okay. I think both players played really good. Despite Truth making some, what I think are game knowledge mistakes, he still showed amazing blocking. Like, he blocked TJ's Instinct sometimes. He had really good decision making on a couple key moments that won him games. I think Devil played the set really well as well. He anti-aired a lot, which is great. For reasons that we talked about in the set, it really helped him make matches. Him in the sets where he could use Instinct manually, they won him games. And in the sets where he wasn't able to use Instinct manually, whether he was forced into the situation because of a brutal combo, or he chose not to, he often lost those games. So, or at least, he gave up a big life lead and maybe still won in the end. But we're talking like the decision to use or not use Instinct, I think, becomes quite clear when you look at the results of this set. So I'd like to see Devil continue on his path to using Instinct more manually and just pretending Last Breath doesn't exist. If it works out that way, that you use it because of some other situation, then fantastic. But pretend it doesn't exist and just use it as if you would use any other character's Instinct. Yeah, I'd like to see, so someone asks, how does it feel to see that Truth could have used optimal combos? And I have an entire guide dedicated to optimal combos and he still doesn't do it. I don't know. Like, not everybody knows or cares about my guide, right? That's fine. Some people don't learn that way. They don't like to read other people telling them what to do, which I think is not, it's fine. But that means he should find the optimal combo on his own, right? And when he doesn't use it, as I talked about in the set, he gave up matches because of his poor combo choices and sometimes. And I think that's reason to think about your combo choice when you start giving up games. Not necessarily because I told you to do something better, but because it cost you games. If that makes sense. So that's what I think about that. He doesn't have to read my guide. I'm totally fine with people not knowing or caring about it, but that means that the onus then is on you to find the stuff that I found on your own. And if you don't find it, I'm going to let you know. People talking about people saying that RAM isn't very good. I think RAM's quite good. I mean, he's always going to have a bad matchup against the top tier zoners in a game like KI, which is crazy. But he's way better than, say, Potemkin in Guilty Gear Xrd. Xrd is like, Potemkin is awesome, is a really cool character, but he gets donked by a lot of characters in that game, despite a guy like FAB really showing just amazing game knowledge and reactions. He still can't overcome Potemkin's bad matchups in that game. I think you stand a much better chance with RAM in Killer Instinct than you do some grapplers in other games. And I said earlier in the set, I think RAM benefits quite a bit from the 3.7 patch change, where he gets to only spend half of his bar on FADCs. I think that actually makes him quite a bit stronger, because that means low forward, which is already one of his best buttons, becomes a much better button, because you can convert. You can use it in situations where you may not have the resources to in previous versions of the game. Coach Steve said, so last Evo 2, meaning I think he said that, I think he's referring to the fact that RAM has no chance or something. Coach Steve played a version of RAM that was slightly weaker, and he played in a version of the game with stronger zoners. Like, for example, Gargos was stronger. So I think maybe it was slightly more true, like a couple patches ago, or last year sometime, that RAM was a lot harder to win with. I think now, for sure, it's not true. RAM has lots of tools. He's scary, man. When he's in your face, you can't deal with that stuff. It's really hard to deal with it. Someone is Ify is clarifying that he says RAM feels strong with his buttons and throw damage. Sorry, yeah. So maybe I misinterpreted the comment, and Coach Steve was saying RAM is good and not bad. In which case, I would agree. Especially since flip out, if you land it, does not let your reversal instinct pop and reversal backdash and some things like that. That's tricky. It's either impossible or really tricky. That really plays into RAM's hands. So if you manage to get the person to not break your flip outs, then you're Gucci, right? You get the really scary mix up there. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Like I say, it's approaching 3 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm a mountain time zone guy, so for me it's still only midnight-ish, a little after midnight. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm also a night owl, so I like to stay up late no matter what. But I was trying to actually do the set earlier in the day. I wanted to do it around like 7, 8 p.m. But other factors contributed to me doing it later today. If I do another set later in the week, which I might, because I wanted to do the Raven is Raw versus Thompson set, I'll try and start that one maybe a little earlier, so you guys on the East Coast don't kill me. Devil says, thanks for the breakdown. I needed that and I will not take it for granted. No problem, dude. I'm happy to talk about games. You could put me in front of any match and I'll talk about it for 2 hours. So, and I feel like I said this in the previous analysis I did. I feel like if you're gonna, there's a lot of people who are willing to talk crap about this game. I don't know, dude. Life's too short. If you're gonna talk crap about something, make it something that matters. Make it something that's like a life or death situation for you. You know, like invest your emotional negativity in something that really matters. This is a video game. We're here to have fun. We're here to play cool characters and cool situations, analyze cool decisions. Like, come on, guys, let's go. You know, let's not talk shit about stuff we don't understand, and then pretend we understand it and pretend it matters more than it does. But yeah, nobody should be like thinking that like what I'm doing is particularly amazing here. Lots of people can analyze their sets. I think actually there's a lot of room for people to analyze sets and talk about them on YouTube. If you guys are interested, you should maybe think about trying it for yourself. There's lots of people you can watch play the game, but there aren't a lot of people willing to like sit down and actually think about how the game works, I think. There's less of that, at least. And it's way better than watching people complain while playing the game, I think. Complaining doesn't do anything. Analyzing does stuff. Brandon says, I agree. I realize my frustrations are with the company and are not with IG or KI, but presumably with other outside factors. I mean, yeah, dude, I hear you. I really do hear you. Something we can talk about off stream maybe, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you 100%. At the same time, though, it's like, I don't know. There's like sometimes you get frustrated, and then sometimes that frustration lingers for like a long time, like months or years. As I think some in the KI community have had that linger in them, and then it comes out in this really just depressing, a way that just sinks the community. You know what I mean? Like it's just so heavy. And you look at example Street Fighter V, right? This is a game. Street Fighter V is a game that deserves criticism, because I personally have several issues with it, and lots of the community has several like legitimate concerns with Street Fighter V. But on any given day, and I'm serious about this, I can watch the world's best players play the game on like a weekend. I can watch Sajam stream the game and like take the most mundane interaction. He can make somebody meeting with a jab and like start screaming about it and get excited, and I'm like totally down. It's like, man, this guy is making this game sound super sick. I'm in there. On Wednesday you can watch Next Level Battle Circuit and Wednesday Night Fights. You can watch two amazing locals across the coast. At any given time, you can watch, despite Street Fighter V's problems, of which there are many, you can watch on any given day some people super excited about it. You can watch people excited to play it, excited to be talking about it, excited to be analyzing it, right? Where is that for KI? Where is our excitement for this game? We used to have it. We really did. In Season 2, despite Season 2 having a freaking boatload of problems. Don't get me started on that, right? Season 3 has, the same amount of problems as your average fighting game. And yeah, the situation, its outside factors kind of weigh it down sometimes. Like Microsoft blew the DLC, and, it sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sucks. But after a while, you make your peace with it, and you're like, I'm here to have some fun with this game. I'm here to show the world that this game is fun to play. The characters are awesome. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's super great. The decisions I have to make are wholly unique to KI. I don't have to think about combo breaking or like, the reset game is so much more intense in KI than it is any other game. It's like, as a fighting game player, I'm excited to talk about this, And I think as a community, we should be excited. And if you vent your frustrations every day for 18 consecutive months, eventually it's just too much. You know what I mean? Eventually you just got to say, what am I doing? Why am I still doing this? So yeah, don't get me wrong. Game has, just like every product, game is not perfect, but let's embrace what makes the game cool and stop killing our own game, because that's a real tragedy. All this to say, if you guys want to analyze your own sets, you should try it. Just pull up a YouTube video like I did, run OBS or XSplit in the background, talk about it. No problem. I think you'd be surprised with how much you can learn by having to talk about the game analytically. You can be like, why did that work? I want to make a comment about that, but I don't know what to say. Then you learn, because you have to learn how to say that. Like, when I do this sort of thing, I watch these sets and I'm like, how did that happen? I'll like go into training mode and I'll try it. I'm like, oh, so that works like that. And then suddenly I have more knowledge than I had 10 minutes ago. This is how you build up knowledge, right? You just practice, talk about things. Building up knowledge is not complaining while playing online. Nobody builds knowledge doing that. Well, I appreciate the comments, guys. I'm glad that I'm able to produce something that's interesting to watch. And again, thanks for sticking with me. This has been a 3-hour stream. It wasn't supposed to be nearly that long, but it always ends up being longer than I think. Because as I watch these matches, I always talk about cool stuff that I didn't see the first time. So I will cut it here. And thanks a bunch, guys. And if I see you next time, I'll see you around.